That timed perfectly. And we
live, baby.
Honestly,
There's like a delay in the music, or is that how it's supposed to go?
I'm pretty sure it just timed it perfectly where it ended and started exactly when we did that.
Okay.
So, welcome to us crushing it on the last stream of the year of 2024. What is up, boys?
Closing it out. Technically, we could do a stream on Monday next week.
Technically, dude.
Wait, is that New Year's Eve? No,
30th.
it's
Yeah.
No, it's 30. Yeah, we could, like, it was this week or next, dude. Let's just
Figure
Your
it out.
internet's not up. That's what's for sure, Tommy. It's struggling hard.
Is it still down?
Yeah, it's struggling. Right when we went live, it was perfect behind the scenes, in the back room, in the green room.
I don't like that, man. Can you hear me though? All right, that's the real question.
We can hear you.
It's okay.
Hear you.
It's okay. All right, we'll try it
I've
out.
heard better.
Well, maybe that's what I'll ask for Santa, dude. Some new internet. Yep. See if I can get it again from the last place I had. That was such a downgrade. Going from that to this. Hey, we're here. We're showing up. Maybe hold it down a little bit more than me. I'm gonna be sharing the screen
as you go.
That's what's killing it, probably, is all the tabs, right?
Yeah, I got some tabs going up right now. I tried to shut down most stuff. We'll see. Oh, you'd figure we figured in 3 years we'd figure it out.
JPG slows my computer down. I don't know if it does it for you guys.
Yeah, probably.
My fans start like going nuts when I go on JPG. I don't know why.
Really?
It doesn't do it for Magic Eden, but every time I go on JPG, I just hear my computer.
They struck.
Yeah. I'm like, why
man.
not here does it do that?
I don't know, man. But hey, we'll try to shut some stuff down. If not, bear with me, boys.
Yeah, we got to start just once as we go through the podcast and you close more tabs, it'll start running better.
Correct. 100%. If not, dude, look at us.
Correct.
Look at us all here. We got the Santa hats. Remember the one year I had to like edit one on I didn't have
I was
one.
gonna say, yeah, we had
2 years you didn't have one on?
I think honestly 3 years. I don't know if I had one last year or not. It was struggling. Something like that. Dude, shout out to everybody over in chat. Welcome over to the stream. Happy Monday. Welcome to the last F35 Live of 2024. 3 years later, boys. A little over 3 years, I guess now.
Yeah.
A couple months. Who would have thought we were still doing this?
And where are we now?
I mean, dude, where are we? I don't know what we are. We got Santa hats on, and we're in the Solana trenches.
Yeah.
You know,
In the Cardano trenches a little.
yeah.
He's
I'm
in the
hanging.
Cardano
I'm holding
trenches.
on to the Cardano trench. You guys are definitely in the other thing, but it's working, man.
You
Hey,
popped
we're
in
ready.
today. What did you say today in the group chat? It's the first thing you said in like 2 weeks.
There was a ticker in Solana called Derp. It had like
It's running right now.
It had like a $6 million market cap, and I just posted like a Derp tweet over. No idea
I
what.
want the Derp Birds to kind of raid all their posts on Solana. Get
Damn.
exposure for them. There's
Yo,
a person that's specifically that I should raid because he's pumping it hard. His name's Marcel.
Is it why? What is it?
It's just a ticker over there that's running right now. I guess
like
it's
a dumb meme?
it's a meme like from like 15 years ago.
Like the SpongeBob one? Like a Derp?
No, it's like called Know Your Meme, and it's called
Mm.
Derp. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Marcel the Shell?
No,
Marcel
I can
the
send it
Shell.
over.
You know what we should do? Yeah, we should I can put that in the tweets for Derps, and they just get on top of it, start chilling it.
I will.
Yeah. Welcome everybody over to the stream. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, almost Happy New Year to everybody showing up over here. Quick little chat.
You guys taking off most of the week?
I went in today
I'm working well.
and I got off a little bit early. I'm supposed to do a half day, but might just call it in, you know. After that, off the rest of the week.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow and day after Christmas too. Not
Kinda-
busy though.
Kind of working.
Like half days, I should say.
Yeah, I had to throw some things out for the year, but you know, I work from home anyway, so does it really count?
Yeah, not really. Well, we're enjoying it, man. And appreciate everybody also showing up over in the chat with us. Last chat out of the year. Shout out to Crypto Haynes with the ooh la la. He is deep in the
Ooh la
trenches.
la.
Deep in the trenches over in Telegram with us.
I love it.
Me too, man. It's honestly nice. It's kind of scary. I get like 200 plus messages in there, and I haven't read yet. It's a little intimidating. Not gonna lie.
He said he quit today. He said he's out.
He says that every day. I see him every day post that. I'm out, guys.
I quit it.
Well,
I quit every day too. Then
And then he's back.
And then
That's
I'm
what-
back.
And when it did. There we go. Second over to D5 FOMOFO. Top 35 NFT project review. How depressing could it really be? We talked about it. We were like, what should we do? And we were like, you know what'd be fun? To kind of, maybe not fun, but kind of fun.
Where are they now?
Just speed round the top 35 projects and maybe a couple bonuses that didn't quite make the cut that maybe deserve a mention. And yeah, some may be longer than others, but we'll get through today. What could go wrong? This is a picture of DJ Travis status of where he would just read off in like a minute of each project. Yep, that one sucks. Okay, not mint that. Oh, they have a cool little art. They'll probably do well. All right, next.
He's great
Time
with that.
RIP. If you're an OG, you remember that back in 2021. Shout out to him, man. Now over at JPEG Store. So we got
fucking one. Damn.
right. Shout out to Crypto Hands and also Hugs Not Rugs over here. Who else we got? Ralph, our resident Chill Kong person over in chat. Shout out to you. What do you consider success when it comes to the top projects? Is it floor or actual deliverables? I think a combination. Both.
Yeah.
Personally.
What they've done or what they're going to be doing.
Longevity, I think, would
Yes.
be more of a measure for me versus that, because if you want to even point to Chill Kongs, at one point they had ridiculously high floor. Over, was it like at 3,008 at one point? Something crazy like that.
Yep.
And I know they're still building now. They're at 155 floor. So the price is nice. Deliverables, they didn't do much of deliverables before. I know you guys now have a bunch of stuff going on, but hey, there's a quick little review. Maybe we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, longevity, I would
Same
say.
bags. I mean, do we have any new bags to pump? What bags we been pumping?
Yeah, right. River Rock, Miss MF, or shout out to the Omens. And also Ducks. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that. I think we maybe minted it.
We
Oh,
did
we
last
missed
week.
last week.
Crypto
Yeah.
Jams, yeah.
I almost bought in, but then I minted an NFT collection this week, and I missed that, and then it sold out. So I know they got a lot going on at the
You
moment.
minted some NFTs this past week?
I didn't mint them, but they did. The Ducks.
No, I thought you said you minted some too.
Nope, I
Ducks.
missed it.
My bad.
Ducks.
All right.
Ducks. Shout out to good old Garfield Lasagna. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Such a good meme. Dude, that's a fucking meme that Chad should have done. Damn, I think you can put that in the app for them.
Merry Chrysler.
There you go. Really good number of projects still building quietly. We're gonna look at some tonight. Hybrid Family, appreciate it. Let's F and go. Curly Knox, love you. Xmissy M Effers. PvP, Hornet on ETH. I don't know what that means. Is that an NFT collection? Or is that a meme coin? You guys know?
I don't know.
I'm not sure that one on ETH. No.
Internet's
No.
my wife and kids, man. Can't help it. Man. Can't have nice things
I was
anymore.
using the Netflix in the other room.
She literally is. I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's going on, honestly. Haston King, what is up, man? I don't recognize that name.
That's the issue. As soon as she goes to bed, it's fine.
Right? And she's over on the couch. She's not even watching it. Literally go out there. It's just TV's on. She's just scrolling. That's how it is, man. OMEN taking home the gold. Full claim there. But OMEN is definitely on that list. They jumped into the top 35 for sure.
Yeah.
Pumping the same bags, Michael McGraw. Like TJ said, I'm just catching up to your comment now. But like you said, I don't know how much more of the different bags you can pump over here. Because when we go through some of these, you're going to look at them and be like, how is those still relevant? Because those were years ago. There's not
I would
much,
love to pump my bags I have right now because they're all nothing.
Yeah, there's not much really going on, dude.
Our community wall is
most
the
of
best
them.
one. Our team, F35 wall, I think is doing the best.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to I
It
Hate
is.
Pants.
Our community wall's better than my wallet right now.
Honestly. What up to I Hate Pants? And then shout out to Disclosure Crypto. Always wants us to look at the Gary Network. This has become 2024's.
We did one time. I don't know if they were here.
We've done it like
looked
3
it up.
times.
Yeah, we looked it up. And
Shout
we
out to
asked
Gary
what it
Lord.
was.
We still don't know.
No one does.
It's really not.
Makes it provocative.
Nobody knows. What up, though? Appreciate everybody over in chat. If you guys have not, hit that like button down in the description. Retweet it over on X. We've got a raid going on right now. Shout out to the Raiders Guild over from Mallard Order. They're waking up right now.
Mallard Monday.
Mallard Monday over there.
You guys don't like my idea for our own guild?
Oh, the Haters Guild?
Yeah, the Haters Guild.
Hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Fudge the ball.
Player haters ball.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be a great skit.
And you can pay money and then we'll go raid people's tweets that you don't like.
But it's just hate. It's just FUD. Yeah.
That'd actually be fun to do.
Look at this NFT's hairline.
They've got they've got no nipples. No nipples.
Yeah, what was Tommy's other issue with was it the face?
It was the nipples. That the face was House of Titans. They're fixing that though.
They did fix that. I thought.
No, I don't think they upgrade the NFT art yet, like fully the whole collection. If they have,
I was also really into the fart eyes, but that's not a negative.
Yeah, that was a negative one.
He enjoyed.
Yeah, something like that. Shout out to the fart eyes, man. Yeah, maybe you guys. Before we get going, I just wanted to bring this up because I can't go a stream right now without looking at my chat, and I know our wallet has some chat in it too.
We're gonna pump those real quick.
You want to pump up the bags here? Shout out to
Absolutely.
What's his name?
Shout out
Michael
to Chad.
McGraw. All right, get ready for me to break.
Bag pump.
Get ready for me to break. Just bear with me.
I saw that Charles was on the space yesterday.
So
yeah, someone said that in the Telegram, I think, right?
So he dropped. Remember that anime we showed the first time around? He had like a little minute something video. Well, he dropped around part 2 yesterday, talking about how the correction was rough, but Chad's dominated once again. And he's got like him versus like a Jeet. This guy with like chains, just going full anime on him. And I mean, it's really well done. And then Charles comments on it. This is an excellent marketing idea. Quantum Hosky shall take note. And that just set things off for them. Finally acknowledged it.
How do you ignore it? It's just constant great content coming out, original too.
Yeah.
You can't fade that for that long.
I mean, dude, you got to think about it. If somebody was making some sick ass art and just making you look badass like over and over again, at some point you gotta be like, all right, dude, appreciate that.
100%.
Like, why wouldn't you pump your own bags right there?
Absolutely. He has to have a bag of Chad, huh?
Oh yeah. I don't know, maybe not, but he definitely I went in and finally I listened last night because I was like, holy shit, they actually jumped into the space. And there was a good sound bite from it. He was talking about what it takes to be like a Chad. You gotta wake up every day, be better than the others, work out. He gave a whole thing and they made it into a meme, put a little video edit on it and everything. With
awesome.
some music.
They're doing that right. Like we said, I mean, we went over this a bunch. I said a bunch last week. So not to repeat myself, but yeah, for a meme coin kind of thing to have any really original content, besides either the meme it's based on or just all the pre-existing ones, but the level they go to, these are they're obviously these are ones that already exist that they're adopting in, but then the other ones that are original are just so the level of the anime one and stuff so cool.
The anime stuff is really good. They've done really well with that, and it's really cool to see come to life a little bit, and it's fun to see the people just kind of rally around something. And the funny part about it is it's almost like when things when price goes down, they just use it as a meme to oh, we're top blasting now, and Jeet's out, Chad's in, and then it just rallies the price run again. It doesn't make any sense, and I love it. But yeah, they're
great too.
They're pushing up right now to 24 million again right now, which is pretty crazy to think. They touched 30 million at one point. And they still got the Journey Crypto thing with him as an advisor. And I know they're working on onboarding some people. Journey Crypto did put out a video about Cardano and mentioned Chad quite a bit inside of it. He even mentioned Derp Birds quickly, which that bodes well probably for them too.
That's you'll find Tommy working for his bags. He's underneath all those tweets for that video coming out.
Oh, I'm posting everything I can. If you look at
all those Chad gifts.
If you look at my profile right now, it is either Chad or more Chad right now. Actually, I got some moments sprinkled in there, but it's mainly Chad. That's me. See, that's my AI. I even put that video into AI, that picture, and made it into AI. I created that. I'm working for my bags over here.
You didn't create that.
1,000,000% I did. What are you talking about? I got my little AI app.
Luma. You didn't do that.
Oh damn, I don't have the Luma icon on it. 100% I did. I'll show you, dude.
I'm just
Sexy
kidding.
too. But you know what else they did? They did a little ADA handles based off like famous movie posters. Jaws, Terminator, yeah, Godfather. I think is that Godfather or is that Scarface?
Godfather.
Yeah.
And
Matrix. Yeah.
That's good. I created this
the
one too. People have
Spider-Man
been
one's
using this.
So ridiculous. Where you just like climb.
You
up.
made that one?
I did make this one, yeah.
That's
I
cool.
saw you post it. I didn't know you made
That's
it.
actually
awesome
really
to
funny. I
hear.
laughed at that one.
Hey, dude, I'm working, dude.
That was a good. I respect the work, bro. Work for those bags.
All
You see me working every day
Working
on something.
I mean, when you got some Chad, got a nice little bag of it. Hey, we're working.
You gotta show it.
yeah.
I hear you.
Shout out to the Chads, though. They're doing really well. It's one of those coins for sure. I'm excited to be a part of right now. I know we're all part of it a little bit too. So big shout out to them. All right, now that we got that chill out of the way, let's jump into part of this video here that you guys have been waiting to see. If you did tune in, maybe you clicked in. Top 35 projects, I guess is how we're looking at this for now. We're going based off of volume at the moment. All-time volume for Cardano NFTs, 869.7 million ADA all-time currently.
Damn.
Which they've been around since March, I guess, technically, with the Berry NFTs over there. And then Spacebudz, which is coming in still at #1, which makes sense. The first NFT 10K collection launched in April of 2021.
Oh, you got
Kicking
stats
off
and
this
everything.
list. I do. I got some mental stats. You know, some of these I'll know about. Others, I might roast them a little bit. Some, I got some little fun facts, you know. But we're going to jump into it. But yeah, I guess popping into this first category here, Spacebudz. 50 million ADA done on secondary markets. Still holding the oldest NFTs out here. 1,000 ADA floor. Blake's favorite NFT project over here. Shout out to Blake Beastie over here.
Do you still have yours, Tommy?
I don't.
Is that one of the ones
that
that?
same week you bought it.
No, I sold it. I don't remember when.
Is that the one that went in the loan? I think.
Yeah, I got rid of it in the loan.
No, well.
Honestly, it wasn't bad. Actually worked out pretty well for me. So, but no, dude. So, does it surprise you that they're #1 still?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, people who, like I said before, the past, people who want them have them, so they're not going to sell them. So you're just looking at a diamond hand community that's not really getting rid of them. That's probably why the floor is so high, in my opinion.
That, and it's part of like that OG community, right? Like,
I was gonna say,
a lot-
yeah, like a lot of what you see on that list too. Like you think about when they released, and when they came out, and they're one part of that OG side, because so many of them are from that early phase where everyone was just extremely hyped on them, hoping to get the next Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is what we were like comparing all these to. Are
Mhm.
they a blue chip project? So when you know that we were looking at that top list, like the amount of ones that were back in that early phases, it's wild that they're still the top. I don't know. We just had so many like quality projects, I feel like, that have had bigger volume, but I guess it's just because we've been in such like slow periods overall. It's, you know, how much volume is it? It's always relative, like compared to back then even.
Well,
which is
you
crazy.
got, I think about it too. They've had such a crazy little controversial like past too, right? Like they were the first 10K collection that came out. You had Alessandro, created an Nami wallet, like a genius on the Cardano developer side of things. And they came out, everybody thought, crypto in a crazy era too, like when CryptoPunks really took off. So they took that narrative, like the first 10K collection, everybody thought, Cardano takes off, these things take off. The crazy part too with them is that they were never promising anything. They always were just like, we're an art project, and everybody wanted everything to do more and more, and they kind of stuck to that. And then that whole art thing got flipped on its head when they found out that the original artist commissioned to do these had traced some things from the other, I don't know whoever the artist was, and they went through a whole process of like, shit, we got to redo this art. The art went through a rework or through a wormhole. And I think that
it was found really late, I feel like.
It happened like what, maybe 2 years, second year?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1 year.
I
Maybe
feel
it
like
was
we
in
had even
20
already gone
yeah.
through all the scandals of like a lot of projects in Cardano, which there's some other ones on the list that, had some traced assets and stuff. I feel like we'd already kind of gone through that scandal period even on Cardano.
23.
And and then they got caught like real late. It was kind of like, what the fuck?
It definitely did not bode well for them at all, because I think that's what, honestly, it had that not happened, like that was never a thing. I think they would probably be doing a lot better. Their trajectory would have went a lot different. But I guess, I mean, that's just part of the lore now at this point. Most people who get in, they're like, oh, what, you know, those are cool looking. What's the significance to them? Oh, they were the first. Oh, okay. And if you don't know about it, I mean, I right now, nobody cares right now. That whole thing, like, to us, we know about it, but to others, you're just like, okay, I don't care, whatever.
Yeah, you just see the top one, exactly.
Yep. And I just remember getting,
like, if we went over to ETH and we're like, I'm getting a Bored Ape Yacht Club or something, or a, you know, Penguin, and we don't know like what the lore was back. Like, oh, did you know back in the Discord one of the founders was a dick or something? It's like, no. Cool. I don't care anymore. Like, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, like, dude, shut up. How much money is it worth? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
That's all you know.
I have a similar story to this. I remember when I first got into it in August of 21, like the Spacebudz were like the coveted item at that time, and it, you know, was pumping. It was like getting closer to like over $2 at that point. And these things started to, like, the floor started to rise up quickly. Like, I wanted to say I saw them originally when they were like a 500-600 ADA floor, and then they quickly shot up like close to like 1,000, and they had like a big breakout early, like maybe like 2K plus. And I remember like how you were, I ate pants. I was like, I'm never gonna get one of these now. And they had a crazy run up to like 5K at one point, maybe more.
They did. They did that when Ape Society was pumping hard. They were kind of as well because of that.
Keep them like the highest.
So the speculation is always there, right? Like, there's never been like we're doing this, you know, let's, you know, but at the drop of a dime, Alessandro comes back, or somebody's like, hey, this is what's going on all of a sudden. I mean, I could definitely see these things having another time in the limelight if something like that were to happen. The only other catalyst I could see, the only thing I could see them really pumping for is like if Cardano becomes like really, really big, like we're all hoping it will, and NFTs become like a huge thing, like, and like, you know, then by default, I think these things will go up in value. The FAFA on that.
Do you think they'll be number one?
We had a lot of faith in that early on. I remember you guys were buying like the clay hard fork, like, this is gonna be worth a bunch of money someday. This is like history.
Maybe they still might, dude. Who knows? Hopefully they will. But yes, the Spacebudz, I don't know. Will they always be number one? I don't think so. They almost got caught by Ape Society in a short amount of time. So I definitely think that can happen. Clay Nation's on their heels right now, only 10 million off. I think they can close that gap too. That's actually still crazy to me that Ape Society is that much more ahead than Clay Nation.
You got to factor in Clay Nation for their collections though. With that, it's not just
not just that. Yeah, that's true. But it's a different time. But when that NFT run starts to happen again, if it does, whether it's in a different capacity, the projects that are still here, or like you said, something that has significance, I can see Spacebudz continuously to be relevant. I don't think that's ever going to change because of that. Will it be number one? I don't know, but I definitely think there will always have a place here. We'll see.
Sure.
If you're like Blake, dude, you're betting on them high.
Always.
Yo, if you guys got any questions, comments on any of these things, shoot them down in the chat. If you got personal stories on these, for sure let us know about them, because I know we all do. Number two over here, controversial to say the least. The Ape Society at 47.5 million. Half their collection isn't even here anymore. And
where'd they
that's
go?
not possible. They're not on Cardano. What are you talking
Where'd
about?
They went to home base, dude. Get out of here. They are officially have moved to blockchains, and not just like, you know, bridged part of the collections over here. No, they just uprooted and went to base. They said Cardano is not the place for us. We can build over here on base. We like the community better. We like the tooling better. We like, this is the future. Basically, fuck you guys, Cardano. Fuck you, Charles Hoskinson. Is what it felt like at the time. It was a lot of drama back in those days. I will say though, since they've left, the drama, I mean, there's still a ton of drama over here, but the NFT drama has definitely quieted down. Maybe because they're not as relevant.
Quiet though too.
It's true.
So it's just,
I always heard
we're also not in those spaces as much either, though, to hear drama.
Yeah,
that's what you usually hear about. All that.
The majority of those drama was just that our project, we're better than you guys. You guys, you know, that arrogant mentality, I think, is what a lot of people turned a lot of people off. And not everybody in the community was like that at all. It was just certain individuals that were louder on X than others that really got the stigma to them. But I remember early on with us, we covered them when they were the Ada Apes, right when they first minted. Like what, January, February?
I remember seeing them on that episode. We were just laughing at their names. I mean, not like making fun of them, but just, you know, enjoying like, you know, what the project was and how different and creative it was. We were having a good time with it.
It was always funny to me because we were like, look at these funny names. And we were just like laughing, and they were like 300 ADA floor price. And we're like, oh, those are cool. And we're like, if I could go back, I'd be like, dude, you snatch all those, get as many of them as you can, and just wait until September of 22 and just hang on. And then get the fuck out.
Yep.
How
do you? I really don't know this question or answer. Where do you look up base NFTs? Are they on OpenSea?
They're on Magic Eden.
Are they? Okay, I didn't know that.
I'd imagine they are on OpenSea.
Are they called all Ape Society too over there?
It's just Ape Society. Yeah, the Ape Society.
Okay.
Right here.
So they're 0.145 ETH. Oh, you thought up there. Okay.
Sorry, I gotta do that. I wish they would do this math for me. $487 in Cardano. What's that right? What's that in Cardano these days? What's like Cardano at right now?
Just say $1.
Like 85 cents, I think.
Okay, so like 5 something. They're at a 500 something floor. Yeah. To put that into perspective, I guess up against everything, that seems in line, I guess, somewhat, with like where everything's kind of currently sitting.
It's just wild to see where they were at. I mean, it's actually still, even at the time, I feel like I don't know, when did they hit that 15K floor? What was
it was like September or something. So, but it was low.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, was it low. Still like worth about like $500?
No, I would say it was probably worth like $6-7 grand at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cardano was like over 30 cents at that time. It was after CNFTS.
Yeah. Well, they had that remember it was Ape Timber was the big announcement. I think that's when like the staking and all the cabin, all that stuff went live with the frames. And that's when everything really took off for them. And I will give them credit. I mean, like I saw this comment earlier back from Hugs Not Rugs. He said TAS was the biggest fumble I've ever witnessed. And I agree to a degree, because they had everything here. They had the community, they had the volume. They not only had that, but they had cross-chain, like actually paying attention, and got to a point where the floor price over here was so high that they could actually make fun of the projects on other chains that were at one point doing well. Like they overtook Tappy Seals and a few of those others, and they were just like, "Ha, you guys suck. Our shitty Cardano NFTs is higher than yours." Like, and there's nothing they could say. They're just like, "Yeah, whatever." Yeah. They just said Cardano sucks, you know. And so to a degree, it was. I remember that. It's like when Chronic and everybody was just on Spaces all the time. The NFA guys, they were all having fun. So I will give them that.
Community. They had like such strong followers that all held so like. I mean the way that they describe like the king chat or whatever, where, you know, it was just for the people that held the kings. And I think if you listed it, you got taken out of the chat even, like at all. So like, it was just the way that they did like all the games on Steam and stuff. Like no other communities were doing that on, especially Cardano NFTs. But to the level they were, it's like what we were talking about with chat, like why we like it so much is just because how much extra original content they're doing. And that's what this community did. I mean, they were making like games for it, the newspapers or newsletters they would do for it.
Dorky
Society, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they really, the community really took over. That was the reason they did so well. And they were very innovative early on with their stuff, and they were tapped into the DeFi side of things, and they were ahead of its time, dude. One of the biggest fumbles I think from them was the whole levy deal. I see DeFi over in here in chat, man, and dude, you guys lucked the fuck out with that. I'll give you that. Good pickup on you guys to go ahead and scoop that. I understand they just basically built the same thing over on base now called Volt. He mentioned that, I think, up a little bit. That's getting ready to launch, or it has launched right now. So they're just replicating what they did, a lot of it, I think, over there, just to kind of like build their roots over there now to get started. And it's probably going to take a little while, but I think if they just dug in here a little longer, it would have been hard to overtake them. You know, had they stuck it out, I think.
I agree.
Well,
yeah, no, I think
and if they
were
stuck
so
to their
strong
plans too.
Well, I mean,
That was the thing, though. They
I mean,
did a lot of their plans pretty well. Like, you know,
Yeah.
some of the things we just weren't as excited about. It wasn't a ton to do. But when it came to actually getting out, like the assets that kind of interacted, they did a lot of cool things. When it came to like actually just kind of staking your apes and then waiting for them to complete things, because that's one thing I think that a lot of projects couldn't escape is they would try and build this game. It was gamification. It wasn't a game, but still try to kind of build it so you were more engaged to come back more often. But so many of them, and so, you know, are just kind of end up being staking it. And it just has such a shelf life when it comes to like the fun side. If you're not making a lot of ADA in return, you know, if you're getting paid 200 ADA a week, then like, yeah, I'll check in.
Yeah, every single time. And a lot of those guys who were early in made so much off that. And did so well, and it made people like I mean, having an ape, I mean, still to this day, I mean, like, look at L, like, you know, that was one of the things he wrote off of, was having that ape PFP. You know, people became personalities in the community based off them. I mean, look at DeFi still right now in the chat. He's got Levy and all this stuff, but he's still rocking his ape. And that became a status symbol inside of Cardano. So it's still crazy to me that they're not here anymore. They've had a wild journey throughout their time. It's definitely something I'll be, you know, kind of just paying attention to. I haven't dabbled on base at all, and I mean, 487 bucks. Depending on what they're doing, maybe now and then, maybe worth a flyer at some point, just to kind of see what happens.
Reckon roll the dice.
You know? Yeah, you never
be
know.
used to gambling at this point.
Yeah, right. Why not? You make some extra profits, throw it in there, right? Yeah. All right. Ape Society.
Two down, 33 to go.
So these ones are, you got more to talk about. I think we can fly through some of these pretty quickly. But these are the big ones. Some of these, like Clay Nation, obviously, is a huge one. A lot of history on this one, sitting at 40.5 million over here at a 477 ADA floor, which is crazy because I think when they launched in 21 for, you know, 10K collection, I want to say it was September of 21. We all minted except Tom. I remember on here.
I didn't even have ADA yet in my wallet.
You had a dog. What did you go for? Dogs on chain?
No, well, that was after. Yeah, that's why.
I want to say you were hanging on to some ADA. You're like, if I'm gonna spend it, I'm gonna get on.
No,
something.
it was waiting. It was coming over. I mean, I guess I had ADA for the command sort. That's why I wasn't in my wallet yet.
Coming overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Few business days.
The floor history is an interesting thing with these guys, but pretty crazy to me because these guys, like, this project is like evolved way more than I think anybody would have ever thought. Even them, I know they never thought they'd be doing what they're doing right now. Basically building a whole game.
You know, like they've been able to see as Cardano and the blockchain has developed itself, they can continue to build on that, and then also just, I'm sure, come up with ideas, get inspired. They've, you know, like you said, pivoted a lot of ways, but with the community, with the market itself as it's changed over the 3 years.
It started off right at 10K PFP collection. It took over early on. It did really well. It got a lot of success, and then it really obviously went crazy that following year when Snoop and Champ and Charles got into a space. I mean, that was a crazy time in Cardano.
It was huge for us. I mean, yeah, that was just fun. We were having so much fun with all the NFTs, but then it was like that kind of was helping like reaffirm our decision. Like, oh, look at the space. Look at what the fuck's going on. This is crazy. This is no joke.
All the potential.
We were really excited about it. That's when we really were kicking off the show and stuff as well. It was like just that much fun.
Dude, crazy to me that they got him on. Like when you look back at that.
I remember leaving a patient's house and just parking somewhere just to hear it for a little bit, just so I wouldn't miss too much of it.
Yeah,
that's how dedicated I was to kind of listening to that space that day.
Oh, I remember I was at work and I had like my earpod in, and I'm sitting there just like locked in. I'm like, dude, there's no way this is gonna fucking pump this shit. Like, fuck yeah.
There's also just a lot of spaces we used to like engage with a lot more because there was so much like actual like fun stuff like that going
quality
on
at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, we struggle sometimes to have something to talk about, but when some project or some spaces, it's just like you try to join, just put it on the background. And it's just like, I feel like there's just nothing been said. Just nothing's been said for like 35 minutes. What's going on?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, even Clay's too. They spawned off a bunch. I mean, look at Clay's After Dark. You got all the guys over there that basically become their own thing, their own entity. They've got their own NFTs, their own show. They stole the After Dark thing from us. I mean, you know, shout out to them though. Shout out to Billy Clay too. Billy Clay definitely was in. Who did he get? Did he get Tom in?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
he gave me the
GC.
Yeah, the good
Nice.
shot one.
I always think of the guy from Little Nicky for that one he has.
Oh, which one?
He had like the boobs for his head with the bra.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that in a minute. But yeah, no, Claymates is definitely something. I don't know if you guys been following any of the stuff they've been posting, but they've actually, like, I don't know. I guess I didn't really think about what they were going to be doing, like what it would look like.
I mean, like you said though, like just like Derps, I don't think they knew what they were doing in the beginning either, like where they thought they were going to be going after they made that collection. So the way they evolved and created this now, I think it's a great job what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think there was like, you know, kind of picturing things like this, but even at the time, I think we would, like, if we even talked about this conceptually, it was like, oh, this is what we're going to be able to do in Pavia. Like, we're going to be able to play Pavia with our clay and run around and do stuff. But absolutely, yeah, I feel like there's, you know, we've seen a lot of projects that kind of we felt, you know, that it just makes sense where they're like, hey, let's release a collection. Oh, we had great response. The community's loving it. We now have like money to do some really cool stuff. Let's keep trying. Let's keep growing it and see where we can take this. These all look so good. I wish the stream, your stream's kind of murdering it, but it still looks very good. It's still like,
yeah,
the art's impressive.
Share that tweet if you can. At least you can post in the chat. Yeah, just post it in the chat so they can get a better look at it.
You guys can share screen too, dude. I don't have to share everything.
Well, you got the tabs already open, ready to go. Send them over if you want.
I just sent it over in chat. There you go.
No,
you
send
guys
over your tabs
here.
if you want.
There you go. Try that. TJ, you can. I don't need to be the one sharing everything if I'm breaking.
That's why I said share. Send the tabs.
I already
you
sent it.
have. No, your tabs.
Oh, the only
You
other
don't
thing I
have
got
to.
is
I'm just
this.
saying.
All right. If I got video, I'll share it to you guys. How about that?
Wonderful.
How about that? But yeah, this is one going into 25. If they can execute on that game actually being enjoyable,
Yeah.
and I mean, dude, the sky's the limit there. I mean, we've seen Pudgy Penguins and Doodles even breaking out into mainstream. They're one of those ones. I mean, they got connections enough too.
I would. I don't know if they're doing this or not. I would like to see them, if they can, incorporate a play to earn type of thing. Not like all the time. Like you can casually earn even clay token by doing certain tasks in the game, but you could also play without having to do these certain tasks.
You need to get a game in there that requires you to gamble a little ADA in it, and use
Not even that. Just like earn clay. Just earn clay for completing missions or something in the game. I don't know. Gamify it a little bit.
You could have a real life poker table, AI poker table going on in there. Everybody just starts betting, getting a little degen. What was the shit? You do some slot machines and roll for gear, Borderlands style.
There we go. Now we're talking.
All right. You just start throwing a little ADA in that thing, and all of a sudden you get better weapons, better gear, whatever it is, a chance at it, and take those.
And then it disappears like a
placeholders.
mystery box. You have to find it like Xur and Destiny.
Okay.
So you have to hunt
now
for
we're all
it.
over the place. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Just start building a whole, putting $25 million into your budget for a good team to develop all this, and
Should be easy.
I know that was always our biggest thing. It's like, all right, how realistically, how much are they really going to get done? But I wish
that was one thing that stuck too, to kind of try and figure out, because there's just some of these things, like when it comes to game development, that we're, we don't have as much experience with when it comes to that. There's news like, I know like how much, like when they announce like the Grand Theft Auto games take hundreds of millions of dollars and stuff. And some of these games, you hear them, it's just like, I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that, or how long is it gonna take?
Yeah.
Because even us, like we play games like Tarkov, and even Project Zomboid just had a big update, but like they're 10 years in development.
Yeah, it'd be a while, that's for sure. It's like an evolving thing, but I don't know. I mean, from seeing that little thing that we were just looking at, as far as like the building and stuff goes, I mean, it's positive. And we played in the game.
Oh, for Clay, that's awesome. I love what they're doing just because they've kind of like pivoted with it. Because theirs was never kind of like the focus of that. So they're just like communities along. I feel like so much for the ride on that already, especially because they did have those big, even now. I mean, where it's at compared to what you minted at.
Yeah.
Sell it anytime if you know what I mean. Don't want to wait for the game on that one. They've done such a good job for you.
If I'm out of these top 3 right here that we've gone through, if I had to hold one sitting in my wallet for a while, Clay is definitely the pick.
This one, yeah, especially
100%.
Because I feel like they got the most upside. Moving on, number 4 over here, good old Pavia.
Where are they now?
26.9 million in secondary volume, over 92,000. I thought at one point it was like 100,000 NFTs, that land plots, the sponges, dude, whatever you want to call these digital.
I had a spot near the stadium.
You did.
Bro, I still do. I never sold it because I fucking held on to it. Like I was just,
you know, big dummy.
Although this was probably one of my best plays early on outside of trees. Honestly, it's probably my best flip I ever did. My Pavia story, I mean, it took over. This was like October to November of 21 when things were like peak going crazy. The fact that they were able to mint out 100,000 NFTs, which I know Hosky's done more. But these were like promising you the world and all.
Yeah.
Promising you the world. And all I remember was on Thanksgiving of that year, putting in for an estate, which was 9, I believe, plots at the time. And I sent in for whatever that was, like 58 or I don't remember the mint price, but whatever that was, like 9 times 50. So 458. And I sent it in and you had a chance at getting it. You weren't guaranteed to get it. You either got 9 random plots or you got lucky and got the cluster of the 9 for the estate.
Do you get lucky though, Tommy, ever?
Dude, always. I'm
every once again.
That's where it started, man, I think. And I got that first one, yeah. I got the estate. I'll never forget because that was I just remember I'm like, dude, I'm rich. That's like in my head. That's what I thought. I was like, I'm rich.
I quit my job.
Fuck this. I'm out. I made it.
That's it.
And yeah, fuck you guys. And I did. I remember I sold it. I held on a little too long. I didn't get the best estate like plot either. Like there were some of those that sold like 20,000 K, like something ridiculous plus. And that's when ADA was like over $2 at the time. I want to say I sold mine at like 4,500 ADA at $2, so like not bad at all. Funded a lot of great gifts that year. And then on top of that, the Pavia airdrop they did too. They had those 2 land sales, and then the third one they had like a airdrop before that, a Pavia token. And that Pavia token, I remember looking on Muesli Swap. That's one of our like our best video I think we ever did was how to buy Pavia on Muesli Swap. Yeah. And I made a nice little couple thousand ADA off that too. So they gave back if you were in early on them. If you held anywhere after that, I don't know that you got your money's worth. Although there was one live stream we did, and I cannot remember where or when, but we were inside of Pavia playing it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember I got a T-shirt.
Yes, I got. Yeah, we actually
were we hunting something. We were looking for stuff too.
I forget what it was. We were looking for stuff
letters?
In the game.
Letters, right?
Yeah. Yes, something like
Wasn't
that.
It over a holiday or something too.
It could have been. Like I'd have to go back and look it.
Because I remember it was like Donkey Kong. Like we spell out Kong, you had to spell out like Pavia. You had to find the letters in the game.
Yes, I do remember that actually. And we were trying to jump on this. It was honestly, it wasn't bad. Now that I think about that, that's way more than a lot of these things ever did. So hey, can't be too mad about it. But I do remember though when they tweeted that basically they were going to be halting operations because they ran out of funding, and they were looking for a VC to go ahead and pick it up. And I guess from what I understand, they this is November 22nd. On behalf of MVG, the acquisition of Pavia is an extremely positive move for us, and we are excited to see what the future holds. In the meantime, we ask for your patience while we work on the restructure. This will include a quiet mode as we plan and lay out the next steps. News will follow in due course. Thank you all.
So that was a month ago.
That was a month ago. They're going into quiet mode. Apparently, they've been acquired by somebody. MVG, maybe.
Quiet mode too. Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of announcement.
When it comes to like a gaming kind of world, which I know they actually had shit going on. Like I know, but the problem was is that even when they had, I guess this is my biggest gripe with all this shit, and that's why I worry for Clay sometimes, is that even though this shit was out, who the fuck played it?
That's what I mean. That's the biggest thing. Is like it's not like can you make something? I mean, I'm sure you and I could spend enough time on the weekends with YouTube video coding and put something together that like you can run on your computer, but no one's gonna want to fucking play that shit. We'd probably be proud of it. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, look, the guy runs forward and can jump.
Hell yeah, let's go.
We'd be excited maybe, but it's like it's something unless your mom's gonna like put a gold star on the fridge.
Rip.
As far as we're getting.
Yeah. Well, they had definitely a crazy history. It's just definitely that era of the metaverse where you were sold at hopium, and knowing now what you're going to actually get, that will never be a thing. And if this stuff kind of starts to come out again, like the hype around it, it's going to get called out quick. Although with the days of AI quickly approaching, I mean, let's see, somebody might just be able to make one of these worlds real quick and screw all the budget that these people needed to do this in a few years.
True.
So I don't know. We'll see. If you guys are still holding Pavia like me, RIP, rip. To the real ones out there. Shout out to the sponges for doing ridiculous amount of volume. Number 5, Boss Cat Rocket Club.
What are they doing? Building rocket parts still?
Dude,
well,
26.
This one's intense because it's on the list twice. It has 2 parts to it.
They've got multiple parts, right?
Yeah.
I want to say
parts are on there because it's the only, other projects have other parts to it, but you just don't, you're not seeing them in that top 10, which is pretty crazy. Even top 20, top 30. Like, does anyone have 2?
Multiple.
I'm sure there's a couple.
Yeah,
on there.
Clay.
Oh, there's I
Clay.
see Clay, and I was gonna say Clay and Ape Society right there. I'm blind right now. I don't have my glasses on.
But they got 3 of them up here in the top 15.
In the top 15, but yeah.
Sorry, top 18. Yeah,
that's intense.
Boss Cat Rocket Club.
Enjoy them early on. I was.
I don't think a lot of original people
marketing.
did not.
They just released Boss Moon on iOS. Stop it.
Oh shit! Did they really?
Well, we had been in for long enough.
They prove us wrong again.
What will they come up with next?
Well, we had just been in long enough to think we knew something. And we're kind of getting like, hey, we know when something's like too good to be true. Not everything is like also like taken off at this moment. Like we finally hit that wall of like some projects don't do quite as well as we thought, like Voodoo Brigada and stuff like that.
Tom has a vengeance against Voodoo Brigada.
There's just one that comes to mind often. I don't know like another one that works.
So mad about that one.
Dogs on a Chain works great. They can, and a lot of their marketing early on was like one of our founders has a Bored Ape. The founder has a Bored Ape.
They were
because someone owns a Bored Ape in their wallets, and it was kind of like that's not a reason to buy something. That's stupid.
But like, who would buy? But he's got a Bored Ape.
And then look at how much they sold. You know what I mean?
Dude, these were so hated by the community when they first came in. Like,
it's because he was shilling them.
But at the same time, like we used this example at that because we got in a little earlier. But had we just gotten in, if Boss Cat was the one that got us into it, we probably would have been all over their nuts too. Like, it just is what it is. Your bags, you're gonna pump those, and people
like
hated
28 too, bro. I'm pissed. I should have bought one.
I remember they were like 19 or something dumb.
Money people made, people made a lot of money on those early.
I remember somebody was showing those to us, and we were like, "Oh man, those are." Was Joe? Maybe it was Joe or somebody. He was like, "I like those. Those are sick." Joe, you know who we're talking about.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Joe. Yeah, it probably was Joe.
And we didn't get in on it. And these things took off, man. Like they had a few. They were over 1,000. Maybe I don't know if they.
I remember New Year's Eve specifically. They were taking off because I remember just getting ready to go out that night. I just remember my phone blowing up and Twitter blowing up with Boss Cat Rocket Club stuff.
Wow. And they were loving or hated. DZ and those guys were big on them. Really, they mentioned those like a lot.
They got paid for that, so.
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, those were like some of the notorious things that, like I said, if you were like on one side of the fence with Boss Cat, like you either loved them or you absolutely hated them, despised them. But the fact is, dude, the fact that they actually released that game on iOS, now I kind of just want to download it to see what it looks like.
Well, there was a game too that came out. We actually liked the way it looked. There's a video.
Yeah, remember I bought a Boss Cat for a while and sold.
It was the one with the jetpacks, right? It looks like
it looked pretty cool.
A battle royale game.
Yeah, it was a battle royale. Yeah,
it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, some of them had jetpacks. Yeah, that was the big thing. And this guy, dude, I always see him on the investor now. He's just repping Boss Cat.
It's a rocket club. What do you mean? It's a rockets.
Bro, Boss Face Crypto. I just forgot about that too. YouTuber, man. That dude's been grinding forever. And he was repping Boss Face the whole entire time. That's got to feel good.
Hugs minted 10 and sold all of them for 100.
Oh, man.
Seen them, learn not to sell all that day. Yeah, always keep a moon bag. At least keep a couple if you mint that much.
I mean, I don't know how active they are. When's the last time they really been tweeting?
Yeah, you should have done way better with yours that I didn't even get any with. Fuck.
I know.
That was the other problem too. I never even, even when it was like they made a lot of money for people, I didn't like all of a sudden like them after that. It was like, oh, I don't like them. But now it sucks because now when I like talk shit about them, they're all just like, whatever, we got some, and they're
for 2008 a floor.
Yeah, exactly. Like
piss off.
Exactly. Just let the bags talk for you. They haven't tweeted since August, and they just finally released this. I mean, I must be stuff going on Discord and things like that. I don't know, man. They've always seemed sketch when it's come to that.
Didn't need to do that.
TJ just like on my screen went like 3 of them.
But yeah, that's just
it
was such a in-your-face marketing technique to be like,
it was.
Why should I buy one of these? Because the founder owns another NFT.
Yeah,
okay. Find that project. He's a part
rich.
of like founder of that project. No, he's
not.
not.
Did you not hear what I said?
Bought one.
He owns.
So that means he's rich. Oh, okay. All right.
All right, cool.
Dude, the factor is still 75 a floor, and they've released the game. They're still here, apparently. And number 5, pretty crazy to think about. Moving on to Chilled Kongs. I know we talked a little bit about them earlier here. 168 ADA floor, 22.2 mil. And they really brought the new era of NFTs on Cardano into where we're at now with smart contracts. They went away from CNFT.io, and JPEG Store became big because the minting and stuff. Kongs were just minted, and smart contracts were a thing. And dude, these took off in the beginning of 22. Like, absolutely took off. And TJ faded the mint, like always.
Oh, mother effer. You guys made me fade the mint. They all know that story if you guys have been here a while. I was the only one that actually genuinely wanted to mint them. That was one of my.
Who told you to get that, Tommy? Was it Clark? Was it Clark Kent?
Who? On
Chilled Kongs. Yeah, someone was like, there was a space or something you joined after a show. Like, we recorded. We were like, I'm not gonna buy these, TJ. Don't buy. The Ape projects are dead. These are fucking stupid. All right, guys, have a good night.
It was the Discord that got me.
And we got off, and then you jumped in and like fed like fettuccine or something. It was like, oh, we're buying Chilled Kongs up, and you're like, I'm gonna buy some of these.
Oh man, I don't remember what Discord that was, but I know exactly what you guys are talking about. I remember, we logged off for one of these Christmas episodes, and I went in with the Discord. I think I minted like 3 or 4 of them at the time, and they were cheap, dude. They were like, I want to say they were like 34 ADA or something stupid like that.
34 ADA.
And super cheap. And I remember selling them for like 300, and I thought I was like the good guy at that point. And little did I know what they were about to become.
The good guy was like, damn, boys, look at this floor today. And Tom's like, I picked up 4 last night. I'm like, what the hell? You told me not to buy them.
Man, Zuru, shout out. I didn't see Zuru over in chat over there.
I always liked them, though. I always liked the PFP of them.
Chilled Kongs always have looked. We were originally like, oh, they're Bored Ape knockoffs, but then like they grew on me for sure. And still, one of my favorite traits to this day is, and I wish I would have got the hat. I didn't do it at the first CNFT con. Was the FOMO hat?
FOMO hat's good too. Like cigars.
The FOMO hat's like a staple of theirs, and it because you get the physical merch for owning one of it, and I thought that was cool. But those were a classic like icon. And then I mean, you still look at guys like Ron Swanson. I remember Jake Shepard, the guys with their, still repping the Chilled Kongs, and they, I guess, just had one of the craziest. They were neck and neck with Ape Society, and then the whole thing with Aki and Decker. Aki and Decker did the whole Baby Alien Club debacle, and how they released multiple projects and some were involved, and then Decker was just like, I don't really want to, I want to promise the roadmap, the updated Kongs, Magic Kongs are coming out, and they never did, like, on time. And they ended up getting like fudded to death for a while. And then when the Magic Kongs finally did drop, it just wasn't enough. But I'm so glad that Magic Kongs dropped, because with that came Snek from one of those traits. And here we are today with over a $500 million market cap coin. So without chill Kongs, Cardano and NFTs wouldn't, and DeFi would not be what it is today. So you got to give them their flowers for that.
Absolutely.
So that's a huge thing. And I know they have been picked up since then. Was it Bosscat Billionaire or somebody? I forget his name. That picked it up and bought it. Now it's powered by Epic Labs. I know we took a quick look at this, but it says basically a self-sustaining DeFi ecosystem known as Kong Island. I don't remember. I haven't checked it out in a while. Oh God, blinded.
Good for them though for taking over and making it something else now out of what happened to them. Really,
a lot of people were just like they're done, and to a degree, a lot of I've seen a little bit of the a little pump recently, a little on them. And some of the OGs, you kind of like, about them. So you're kind of like keeping an eye every now and then on them.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to take like the next wave of NFT run for new people to get involved with them. Right. And like you said, do they care about the history or not? No, I do care about where they're at now.
They're definitely visually appealing though.
Oh, for sure. They're like kind of that Donkey Kong look to them.
That's why I like them. I've always said that. So I think that will kind of bring outside eyes to them because they like the way they look.
You won't buy 10 right now, TJ.
No, I won't. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. So I was looking over in chat right here. So they were so poorly managed. And then Ralph, I don't know your relationship there. Are you just a Chilled Kongs fan, or are you like part of the project? He said, "Where is the key point there?" I don't know exactly what they got going on. I haven't really dived into it. Like I said, we kind of lost track after the sale of them. So I really am not too up to date. I know they've, I know Ralph has been in our chat and we did look at them. I forget, I don't know, a few weeks, maybe a few streams ago.
We should preface that too. Like the stuff that we're looking up, most of this stuff that we haven't seen in a while, we truly don't know what's going on. So if you guys want to fill us in, we're going to be doing live research to kind of see where they are at right now.
Interoperable, that's what a decentralized advertisement agency.
Yeah.
So part of their community in the first place, besides maybe like a flip or something.
Sounds like they're kind of doing like a Raiders Guild type thing here. Engagement bot, monetized engagement bot, cutting edge solutions. I don't know. I don't have enough time we don't have enough time in the stream to go through all this stuff, but Kongs are still around. They definitely got their place over inside of Cardano and NFTs. And like I said, I don't think they're done. I think it's just a matter of the right people getting back in at some point when NFTs do go up. I think they'll always will have a place in the lore here for them too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Top 10 right there. We're still talking about them. Either way. Number 7. Moving on, our favorite NFT that gets sold once a week and comes into like the top 10 of volume or number 1 volume, EarthNode, 19.5 mil. Dude, these things, I still don't know what they do. I've heard Blake try to explain it. Somebody else try to explain it, and I always just tune out. I don't know what it is. I still can't tell you. All I know is that I imagine that you can stake these things and earn WMTX, I guess now, a token. That's what I gather out of that. I guess I know you earn WMT token because Derp Birds bought one and they put their Trillium Shrine into it. So 100% I know that you earn WMT token from this. Other than that, I couldn't tell you. And I'm sure
that would really have never known.
And most people, I feel like, don't know unless you're very involved with them. They're unique fungible tokens that represent ownership of an EarthNode, and EarthNodes are the brain powering a sharing economy of the world mobile. The first mobile network owned by the people and built on blockchain, connecting the unconnected. And I know, dude, World Mobile, I know, has been making moves. Remember, they worked with they took Charles Blackhawk helicopter for Hurricane Helene victims in North Carolina, and they were flying around and rescuing people and providing stuff for them.
That's pretty cool.
I don't remember that being them, but I do remember that story.
They were involved with it, I believe.
That's awesome.
That's a huge undertaking to get past all this stuff, becoming a mobile provider and throughout the world. But certainly, obviously, World Mobile's done something right. They're not their EarthNodes are packed with a ton of value in them if you believe in that. So And I mean, the floor price is there to show it, $80,000 almost.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So, gets the people
yeah,
going.
Yeah, the top list all the time. It's crazy.
There you go. Ninja Nasty, exactly. It gets the people going. Wolf mode is great in EarthNode. Shout out Zero. There you go. Congress and Constitution. You were part of that as well. I do remember that. Dude, they do have a lot of lore over there. I always forget about that with Chill Conks. Number 8, Cornucopias. Land sale zones 1 through 3, 69.8 a floor, 16.2 mil floor or volume. These got a ton of hate when they first minted. You remember that?
I do remember that. It's just like, how much do you think it costs to make a game? Like, that makes sense how much everything was then. Because ADA was like 25, 30 cents at the time, too.
Well, also,
minted in what, 22 in like the summer, somewhere around there?
I was going to say that's why mainly, because at that point we were like, who are these guys? We already got a land project. Yep. We got Pavia over here. There have been like 5 other ones that were bigger. I mean, there's like 1,000 of them, but you know, there's a couple other ones that actually had some nice little runs early on. We're like, we got Pavia. You guys are late on this. I don't believe that they're going to even make a metaverse necessarily. So like now I'm expecting to buy like a second one. And also they were pretty expensive on Mint too.
They were, and yeah, they were like a few hundred ADA. I forget how much they were at the time. And obviously there was 24,000 of these things. So it wasn't like a small amount. Yeah. But we're finally getting to that point here. I don't know exactly. Like I said, I need Eddie Z in the chat, but I know we're getting closer to the actual part where you pick your lands officially and you utilize the NFTs to do that. Where if you had like the rarest ones, which are the mythics, these are going to be like the first. It's like first come, first serve. You can kind of go scout out like Solaris 1, 2, and 3, figure out where you want to go post up at in game, and then that NFT gets locked to that spot forever in game once that's made.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
who else had a mint? You had a land mint, Tommy, where you got to pick your spot early on, and you were trying to pick
metadams.
Kept getting beat out. Was that
metadams? Me and TJ were doing that, and I just kept trying to sign transactions, fail, yep. And then all the good spots got taken up. Honestly, I forgot about that.
Me too.
Yeah, this just reminded me of that. I don't know why.
But they've done such a good job, man. Cornucopias, we've talked about them a ton. We got to meet them, play the game over in Vegas, and the guys are really cool. It's one interview that we definitely have missed out on, and we should do. Maybe we'll get them in 25. It's been long overdue. And we've done live streams of gameplay and stuff too for them.
We've got to show them. They're one of the fun ones because they've been able to continue developing. I don't know, it's just they had so many initial funds from those high mints early on where they asked for the right amount or close to the right amount to sustain themselves. And they've been managing the project well. So it's been fun because they've developed over the years that we get to continue to see those updates. Like from that first one where you're just like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like you can kind of race around, to then like watching you play live on stream where you guys are like running around like in the city and stuff is very cool.
It's the first time I'm actually seeing this right here, but here you go. A new website has the land map, interactive features. It shows the plot. It's almost like, dude, it's like Zillow or some shit. You literally just have your address, your medium plot, where you're at.
That's cool.
If there one, I mean, if
I had just came out yesterday.
If I had to bet on a, if I had to bet on a metaverse and a team, like they're for sure my number one.
100%.
As far as
they always
gaming
give
goes,
updates
Cardano,
every week too.
Yeah, gaming on Cardano, they're number one in my books. First, like no questions asked. And it looks good too, right? Like it's not even just like some shitty little like side scroller or something like that. Like it is fully like Unreal 5. Looks really all custom assets. They're not like pre-built assets either, packages that you get in like Unity or something or whatever. They've truly done a good job on that. And you can go play right now. You can go jump in, like we were just showing. You can go race. It's not a fully fleshed out thing, but I'd imagine this is going to continue on for years and years and years. But like I said, if you believe in it early, they're crowdsourcing a lot of this stuff by selling you these NFTs and these assets and things like that, and token gating it for the people based on rarity who own certain assets. But definitely a project that I would recommend on there, and they're on multiple chains too.
It's still free to play too, or you need to hold an asset.
If right now you need to hold an asset to get in because it's not really out yet. Gotcha. You need, at one point it was like the mythics and legendaries, and now I think it's gotten down to like, I don't know, you hold like a rare, maybe it's even a basic, I don't know. Eddie Z, you could come fill that in. over in chat. The bubble jet mint was so bad. That was my first mint. It was tough, dude. Like, cause the thing is, they
had some big hype though. They had so much hype.
Remember, they actually had a terrible first mint. I don't know
what they gave away for free.
Yes, yeah, it was the I want to say, was it the bubble jets? Yeah,
it might have been. Yeah, I think the bubble jets they had to give away for free because it got fucked.
Yeah, they didn't have to give it away. They did it, but
but they did. Yeah, they gave it away for free afterwards, which was great. I mean, it's a great move.
And then they hired Derp Birds. Remember that? They hired Derp Birds to help them with their mint at one point. And then after that, they ended up like really investing into their own mint engine, like the reservation system. And if you got in, it emailed you and all this stuff. And that's still to this day how they do it. So yeah, shout out to Cornucopias over there. Long overdue on them. I don't know where we're at right now, but we're gonna probably start speeding these up. Boss Cat rocket parts, dude. Number 9. Like we talked about earlier.
Boss Cat, but that's the one though. That I was gonna say the only significance there was that was the one that I think they like traced some of the rocket assets, which all the holders were like, we don't give a shit. Ours are still worth a shit ton. We're still making money, and who cares about tracing nerds?
The fact that they sold you these pictures of rocket parts and they're like, yeah, if you collect the set, you get this, and they were as expensive as they were. I mean, shout out to their marketing team. The fact that we were all the idiots buying that shit. Yeah, we deserve that, and they deserve all the money that they made off that. We are the idiots on that.
Who's that marketing guy? Get him on the phone.
Yeah, the fact that they're still 100. I mean, obviously they do something because they're 110. I mean, they're still 110 A to 4. That's not bad at all. It's the most scarce and sought after NFT in their Cardano history of all things. You need a solid booster pack, fuel tank, and orbiter. But yeah, still, dude, 15.1 million in volume, 110 A to floor. If you're a fan of Boss Cat and that marketing scheme, you guys did well. Shout out to them. Breaking into out of the top 10 and finishing it out here is DEADPXLZ over at a 314 A to floor, 13.9 million in volume.
Is it still, and I had 1 pixel, 1 house, something like that?
One pixel and an interest payment or something like that. I don't know. somewhere like that right now. But I will say,
cover the water bill.
Yeah.
To this day, I will say their mint has to be like top 3 mints ever. Even in 21. I know you guys didn't get a chance to participate in that, but I don't remember if we ever did. If I showed video, I can't remember if I ever recorded it or not.
I think we got to see all
but
that. Yeah,
someone has a
their mint process. I imagine too. But I remember their process was so much fun. Like it literally was like a layout of where the mint was at, and you showed what pixel was there and what pixel was next to mint, and it literally showed you what the thing was next to mint. Like it wasn't like a guess. And
yeah, people were sniping them.
And exactly. the gamble was, you didn't know when somebody was going to, so you could go in at the same time somebody else did, and you could potentially get skipped or whatever it is. And then as it got closer and closer, there was rare ones, and people could buy like pay up to get like an extra 10 or something to do a skip. Like instead of just going to the next one, it could jump 2 or something like that. And as it got closer and closer to one of like the legendary ones or really rare ones, then everybody had those little skips ready to go. They had already signed their transaction. And as soon as it got anywhere, maybe 10 to 5 or whatever it was, they clicked the button and it just went, and it was a gamble. It's like, which one, who got it? Like, it was almost like a raffle. And that was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I remember logging on. I'm like, all right, we're at like 2,000 minute. And then I log in like 2 days later. I'm like, all right, we're at like 4,000 minute. All right, where is there anything good coming up? Maybe I'll jump in. And I did get a few DEADPXLZ off mint. And I think I ended up selling my Santa, or I lost it in loan on the final thing.
You did lose it on that one.
Although it did work out because the floor price now, if you look at it, worked out in my favor. And I know the thing with them and Tough is that AF has just been building this by himself pretty much. And that's the reason it's taken forever. But he's doing it.
I'd be curious, Tommy. I'm sorry, keep going. Yeah, I can't continue. I didn't know you're done.
Oh, no, I was just going to say over here, they are posting updates and doing YouTube video. He's doing like streaming and showing like real progress and where they're at. It's not like it's like some fantasy, like he's actually a game. You can see it here. So it's there. It's just, is everybody going to be excited, like you said, to play it after all this time? Clearly it's still holding a decent floor. So that was 5 hours ago. He just dropped this video too. So they're still active.
I feel like it gets to a level though, because it's since you've seen in the meme coins too, where you're like, hey, well, yeah, this coin was at 100 million and it's dropped down to 10 million, but it's holding at 10 million. And it's like, is it holding, or is that just the last people that are just never selling? So yeah, it's never going to go below that because they're all hoping it goes back up to anything to make like some of their money back on. I definitely will have. I mean, people's. We'll take a look at it for sure. When it does come out, and I'm sure the community. They always had a stronger community, so I'm sure that they've been waiting this long. A lot of them. I'm sure plenty of them will check it out. But yeah, is it just again one of those ones where you're gonna? Am I gonna be sitting there at 4:30 at work and being like, I can't wait till 5 hits so I can get off and play this game, or is it gonna be like, hey, we checked it out, it was pretty cool, it worked. There's still some things I got to add or something, but whatever. We'll see. I don't know.
Dude, and I forgot, this is the reason I downloaded Nami Mullet. What I forgot about that was because you could not mint with Yoroi or any of that. You had to, and that's why Nami became a thing too.
Yoroi.
So I forgot about that. Good old Yoroi.
Where are they now?
Oh man, that would be a good one.
The Kickstarter for us.
That is a good one. But yeah, I mean, they're still grinding, still out here. Dead Pixels. If you guys are fans, one pixel, one house, dude. Maybe we'll see. But definitely one still to keep an eye on. Number 11, again, one of the second one in the entry of Clay Nation inside his top 35. Pitches over here, 25.8 of floor, 13 million in secondary volume. These were the hopium of the Snoop Dogg era. We are creating our own metaverse, and we're selling you the land. Mainly a crowdfunding at that point. But I'm not going to lie, I remember getting the allocation. If you got lucky in that lottery to get one of these, you were happy as shit back then.
Yep.
It's a big deal.
I got one.
I got one too. I remember, and I minted. I think I minted at least one large plot when I got them.
Oh, of course you did. Why wouldn't you not mint that?
And I'm pretty sure I sold out of everything except I kept 3 small ones, and to this day I still have them, and they're staked away for the 6 months or whatever it is. So, yeah.
I think I still have my underground plot. I might have sold that. I can't remember.
I sold it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna get back into it, these took off a little bit ago when the Bake Nation actual character mint came out, because the Bake Nation ones, if you held like 6 of them or something like that of the smalls, 3 of the large, or 3 mediums and 2 larges, they got you a whitelist allocation for Bake Nation. So
how do we feel about doing a deep dive into all 35 top projects, or the ones that are still doing stuff at least, and make for good content and 30-ish extra episodes?
Feel like you're talking about an episode of project.
One episode per project. Now we're talking.
Man,
I mean,
I love that.
35.
Let's go right now.
Our whole next year is booked,
right
guys.
now.
That's all we're going to talk about. It's just one project.
The videos will only take, what, 20-30 minutes probably?
I mean, we could just, I feel like I could just cut what we just did up and make the first.
That'd be fun.
I feel like we're not just like surface level on some of these.
We surface level chill Kongs, and they had that big update. You saw how long it was. You're like, I'm not reading all that, but
we'll get that one in the New Year's, guys.
Yo, breaking news: Yoroi has upgraded to Urio. No, I think it just means it's updated.
Uriro.
Do you still? I think I still have a bunch of like trash NFTs in there.
Yeah. Pitches. We're moving on from. We're getting away from pitches, but yeah, pitches. If you guys are hanging on, Clay Nation fans, obviously. Speaking of these metaverses, dude, obviously these were popular early on. Cabins by the Ape Society, still here with a 15.8 of floor, 12.5 million volume.
Where are they now? They're on base. All right, next one.
And
the first bigger one I hit.
They're on base. I just remember that this was a kick in the nuts for everybody who was a Ape Society holder that did not want to go to base, because basically all these assets became like worthless. Other than, I guess you get some sapphires, ass hats. These ass hats. I guess. I think you could trade these in for some sapphires. Is that what you could do? I don't know. I don't remember.
They're rubies.
No, they're sass, dude. Come on.
You sure?
I just remember us all thinking like, damn, look at the 3D models, dude. We're gonna be able to go in our house and get our projectors and play our pool
to hang out together. And
boy, were we wrong.
F35 at your place.
Mm-hmm. All I know is that people that were in the Dork East District and some of the other ones that were near these landmarks did extremely well. And it was a well thought out thing when it came to like the proximity of things, as far as like a secondary value for people.
Showed up again though. That's like where the community came in, because they were just so strong. without the community doing all that, because there wasn't a lot of special things that the project itself did. It was mainly just community being there.
Yep. Yeah, as Ralph said, sapphires are worth a grand total of jack shit. They did turn sapphire. Okay. They did turn cabins into sapphires. Thank you, D5, for always keeping us up to date with what the hell's going on. Yep. But yeah, that's crazy to me that they did this. Although I do remember we got like whitelist allocations. We were able to give out whitelist. That's when we were in good graces with them and the team. Yeah. They actually gave us whitelist allocations. And shout out to Chronic and Chrissy, which Chrissy showed up in our stream last week. Shout out to her. And I did make a comment to her. She said they'd be down to jump on a stream.
Yeah. Obviously, let's get them on.
That'd be dope to get them on. Yeah. Shout out to them. Moving on. OREMOB, we had them over in the PFP over here. This was a massive mint early in like was it October-ish of 22, roughly, I want to say, and they're at a 64 ADA floor, 12.3 million in secondary, and this was another one of those controversial ones where people thought they were insane for the mint price on these.
It was pretty nuts at the time.
Was it 350 ADA or something like that? It was something high. I can't remember the exact price, but it was up there because that's when ADA was like dog shit, like 20 something cents.
It was a high number.
And I remember everybody was like, "There's no way they're gonna sell out 10,000." Now I can see your nuts. Awesome power jokes. But I remember these because we were all just like the floors. You guys had a big problem with the floor ones. Like they all look way too similar.
We weren't a huge fan of the early art. Yeah,
I think Tom and I are the only ones that really just didn't like the floor ones at all.
Yeah,
because they were floor ones in my opinion.
I mean, you still look at them now. I mean, they're all. I mean, some of them are a little mixed these days. The no shadow thing threw people off too. That was a good big thing for them. But the volume these things did early on, I want to say, what are they at? 12 million? Dude, like 10 million of this volume had to have happened within like the first few months, and they haven't done shit really since as far as like volume goes. And
they were holding like a 700-800 floor for a while too.
Oh my dude, the speculation on them for sure, and it's just the artwork was what really held them down.
You jumped in a couple times, didn't you, Tom?
Oh, I made a fucking nice bag off these for sure.
Tommy farmed the shit out of them. Huh?
I farmed that just like how I did Beyond Rockets. Like I farmed the shit out of Ore. I also fumbled. I didn't realize at the time, which I would have held for a while. The tight hoodie became famous from them. And I had minted that. I actually minted a tight hoodie. I think I minted like 10 of these things. I'm not gonna lie.
That's intense.
And
that's when you start really getting into that phase of being like, hey, I can mint a shit ton of these on the mint and sell them for that much more, make these big profits. And then, it doesn't always work, but it's, that's the risk we take.
Yeah, and dude, they did well. I did sell one of these really early on, but I remember like kind of watching it and being like, damn, like these are pumping right now, and I'm a big fan of it. And they're still going right now.
I do like the tight hoodie ones. What do you think of Beavis and Butthead?
Beavis and Butthead. Okay.
I guess, yeah.
And we were always fans too of like his like the card art that he did early on.
Fire.
And even his real art. I mean, dude, Ore's shit is really good.
It's really good, absolutely.
So
I agree.
Another one of those ones where I kind of fit you more towards like a category of a little money or something like that, where it's an artist, and if you guys fuck with the art and their community, and you guys are in.
That's the thing. So. I like the higher floor ones on this. Tom even agrees with me on that. It's just some of the floor ones really are just floor ones to me.
Yeah, I mean nothing wrong with that at all. I mean I could say that about a lot of those projects, right?
You can,
like, I hate the fucking floors. Number 14, Clay Nation Good Charlotte by Claymates, 99 ADA floor, 11.3 over here. And this was like the first big derivative, like secondary collection that really got that little meta going on Cardano, I think. And not only that, though, the first big partnership over here on Cardano, because they got Good Charlotte involved early on, which that was a big deal. Remember when Joel Madden and all those guys were in Spaces?
Really cool.
That was huge back in that day. And I remember still to this day that mint, it was like on that Halloween or like right around Halloween, and sending in because we had the Clay Nation. I remember TJ, I think you did the same as well. We both minted. I still have mine to this day.
I was really excited for that one though. That was just a cool time in the space where we liked the art and gave us a chance, people to get more of them.
Still have
And
it.
you know, it's just kind of one of those.
I made
things where
profit
they're
on
not
both
gonna
of
be
them.
ever as much as the original project, most likely. So they're more accessible, kind of. But I thought they always looked really cool too.
Yep.
They're
I got
really-
out of these a few times now.
Right. Yeah. I actually bought one extra one when the Bake Nation mint, like the allocation come through. I bought another one. So we're hanging on to a couple.
Exactly,
Great
DeFi.
follower.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that they're still holding strong right now, it's the Clay brand. It's their secondary collection and still doing well over here. Moving to number 15 here is none other than the Mallard Order at an 87 ADA floor, 10.4 million in volume on secondary. Shout out to the Mallard Order, man.
Shout out to the Mallard Order. The new Raiders
This was
Guild.
probably one of the ones that we like got involved with as a group most, and then really kind of saw it through as a
especially
group.
the
of
top
us.
15 out of the top 15 ones.
Yeah.
When you guys are all like in Clay and state, but you know, this is one we got to enjoy from like start to finish the most.
And
all
we
the
got
way
to
back
see
to
them-
like when we were just like, who is this? Like TJ got sent something. I didn't get it. It's stupid. Like from the very, very early days.
Yep.
So like start to finish for real.
I just remember that TJ got in. They were sending out they started that meta over here on
They did.
Cardano, the invitation letters, sending those out randomly to wallets for free. Then on top of that, making the secondary volume for those, or all the royalties they got, all go back to the holders and giveaway forms for ADA. Early on was so much fun. The puzzles, everything that really got us engaged. Making paper
Puzzles are
ducks and
great.
shit. Literally making paper ducks, taping up fucking signs and taking pictures of it to earn all the rolls. We missed that energy, and that's one thing that kind of fell off. They got really big, like, you know, once Demos and them got into spaces, and you know the rest of the community kind of picked up on them. They at one point they were over like a 1500 ADA floor or something high like that.
Once
And
we saw the invitations go up to 10,000. I don't know if any actually sold at that price, but they
Mhm.
were up there listed. I think it's when they like started popping off at like 6,000-7,000, and people were like, "Fuck it, I'm just listing for 10."
yeah,
There's not many of those ever sold too. Like even during like times of hype, like a handfuls would sell. So there's only 100 of them.
of the what?
The invitation.
Oh, letters.
No, there's
500.
There's 500. Yeah.
500. That's what it is.
I just remember, I'll never forget, like, I mean, we had so many firsts, I feel like, with Mallard Order, and yeah, DeFi over in the comments, you guys, when I think of projects related to F35, it's Mallard and Old Money. Which is, I guess we were kind of known for that a little bit. That was just fair because yeah, we'll get to that next. But yeah, the interesting part about that was we live streamed. That was our first ever live stream mint we did. We all logged in, and that we were super pumped to do that. That was a lot of fun. We got to watch Anax and Manor, who I just saw go active the other day because of Raiders Guild, mint that 1 of 1 live right when we jumped in. And I remember CB minting like the gold Mallard. And I just remember good times. I remember they were the first live stream on YouTube. Like we were the first creators that they did that with, him and Nemesis off cam. And then the first ever face reveal had Demos on. That was our most ever watched live stream. I think we had over 1,000. We had at one point, I want to say close to 300 people live in the chat on that on YouTube for us.
That was a Saturday too.
It was, yeah. It was like one of our few Saturday streams we got to do.
That was so fun though, man. So
it was very fun.
Obviously, you know, they've gone quiet a little bit as far as deliverables go over the last year and a half. A lot of changes internally, although they were out in the community. They've been doing their events, their art galleries and things like that. And they're just finally now dialing up online. If you guys have not been paying attention at all, their Raiders Guild is officially getting back online here. And shout out to them, because this is something that I did right before I jumped on the stream. I think we showcased off the Raiders Guild before in the past, but I finally jumped in, and now you can actually earn ADA over here from this. And I created the first raid for us. So over here, Tom, to go raid my shit for Tommy right here. I don't know how many people are on it right now.
Can you send the link again? Remember, everything signed up on my computer a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'll shoot it in chat here if you guys want to get it, or I'll shoot it over here.
On that, TJ.
What's that?
You've been struggling with that.
I am. I think actually I'm in Tommy's accounts for StreamYard too.
Oh, there you go. The raid details on this though is basically you would put all the parameters in. I put our thing in for the radar thing. I paid 19.8 ADA to do this for a maximum of 50. If I wanted, the max you can do is 500 people to interact. And if I wanted to do that with everything I chose, it would have cost me like 400 and something ADA to do that, because it all scales based on a number of people that you select. Damn. And you can set your parameters. So our parameters for this one was to follow, like, repost, and comment on our tweet that we have currently. So if you guys are not doing that right now, you should be doing that. But basically, I created that, spent 19.8 ADA, and currently 16 people are on that. And I don't know. I guess I got to figure out where it is. I've earned almost 0.1 ADA. That's, I guess, isn't really much at all right now. But I've seen some people who have earned like 6 point something ADA in a day over here. You can create your profile, and then it's token gated too. So yeah, I can't just select my PFP. I can choose the ducks that are in my wallet here. Just select my PFP with, and it shows you all your relics and invitation letters and stuff like that. And then yeah, you can go in and start rating currently and earning ADA. And then you get royalties, like, I guess, from the fees of this for holding a duck or for holding an invitation letter or even a relic. You get discounts for holding certain assets. And you can leverage this to be like, yo, you want to blow yourself up on X and things like that? I mean, just go look at it. These guys, yeah, you guys are active as shit. Like, they set that meta up early when it came to rating early on. Like, Mallard was known for that. So this is interesting because now you start putting money to it right now.
So you got an interaction limit, it says. Because of my level?
You do. You got to level up. Yep. So they keep you coming back, but the more you level up, the more interactions you get per day, the more you can do, the more you can earn. And then certain assets you hold obviously gets you discounts on that. And then as far as like withdrawals, there's like a minimum withdrawal limit. I think it's like 55 ADA.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that goes down. So if you hold an invitation letter, there's no limit on it. So I think right now, personally, I think ducks and invitation letters especially are undervalued at the current moment. The FAFA to that, but
I just got 0.07 maybe for a follow and a like that I've already had. Let's go.
There you go, dude. You guys hear to hear first. But yeah, keep an eye out over on Mallard Order if you guys have not. Always been a fan of theirs. And shout out to Demos and them. We'll definitely get a stream going with them this upcoming year. Dude, number 16, none other Yummi Universe, 25 ADA floor, 9 million in secondary volume.
Pass.
RIP. It's a Yummi over here. This one had to hurt the most.
That definitely hurt the most.
And it didn't hurt just us, man. It hurt a lot of people, I think, because they were like an OG project, man. They were minting NFTs back in April or May of 21. Their original stuff. Nobody saw this coming. Not even us, because we had the people literally on our stream. And if you guys knew us, you knew us for Yummi too. And that was one we tried to stand behind. And it wasn't like we were just blindly following them. We talked to the team. We had them on throughout we talked to the original founder.
Angelo.
Yep, and TJ, they'll put him to this day. Such an unfortunate thing that ended up happening to it. And I think, like I said, we were a little bit of hopium, a little bit of just like bias for like Pokemon and stuff like that. And yeah, they're not officially rugged, although I mean at this point it's going to take a miracle for them to get back anywhere relevant. I guess they did
bust that again.
Yeah, the developer Supfrost at one point took all he sold. Original owner sold Supfrost. If you ever missed the story, Supfrost was a developer. After that, he decided he was taking all the money. He felt he was owed it or whatever. I don't know what he did, but basically took all the money. And the developer Katz was basically like, "Yeah, we don't have any money right now. Our guy took it. We have no idea what's going on, and all development on the stuff we were trying to do for this game is a halt." And that just scared everybody away. Threatened with lawsuits. I guess they got some of the money back, and they're kind of just in trying to figure out what to do mode now.
How can they get that back? Yeah, exactly. I think is what they're trying to figure out. Which, good luck to them. I'm glad it's not me having to figure that out.
Yep.
And I
It's
guess
disappointing all around, that whole situation.
I mean, even back then, we talk about Yummi, like we've gone over Clay, how much higher up Clay is on the list, but you guys did have Clay too, and that was one we got excited about. But we talked about Yummi so much more. And honestly, to be fair to Clay, like how much more they even communicated to us back then, whereas Yummi did not do it as much as Clay, not even close.
One of the reasons they didn't do well at all is they were very poor about communication when it came to what was going on after a certain point. Like they almost were like, I think they were still like, hey, we want to sell NFTs. This is cool. We like this like digital artwork. And then it became like a too much demand. And they were just like, yeah, no, we don't want to do anything with this. Back off. Like this is way too much like pressure.
Like, this project thing became like a whole job.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. We didn't expect to do all this. I just want to make cards and sell my art. And people were just like, no, you are now building a game and we expect the world out of you. It's going to be the next Pokemon. And basically they were just they had too big of shoes to fill and it could never happen. But yeah, man, disappointing to say the least. And they had the cards. They looked great, man. The animations they had.
That was the other big blow when all that happened is like, you guys just came out with those and we think they look great.
And then all that happened on the
not only that scenes. Though, the founder, like he created those supposedly all those cards. So you're just gonna give it up so easily. Like that's what pisses me off the most.
Yep. Oh man. Number 17, Tappy by TapTools over here, 279 floor, 8 mil in volume over here. The OG Tappies, which again are now irrelevant unless you hold 5 of them. You get lifetime access to TapTools. This is that interesting monetization model because we all loved using the TapTools website, but it was token gated and paywalled, which essentially we found out is just because they need funding.
It's wild to see that in the top list though, still, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they did a ton of volume. And what's crazy to me is that people were buying these before, like they needed just 5 of them because of like the look and aesthetics of those. And they essentially killed the gamification. That's one thing where they really messed up, I thought, is they killed the gamification of it, of like why would anybody buy a rare one or a cool looking one when they all just are the same?
They just give you the unlock.
Yeah, exactly.
It defeated the purpose of NFTs. Like everybody flexes to get the cool shit and like flex a little on you, and they just got kind of killed that. So I mean, some people love the Tappy, some people hate them. And if you own one,
like some of those higher looking ones or the rare ones should be a lifetime pass, right? Because they're rare, they should give them more worth or value.
They should have done, honestly, what Frigid ended up doing, which is their competitor now. They should have assigned them kind of like a point system, like how much they're point based. And if you had a certain point threshold, that gave you certain access to your lifetime.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I don't like that either because art is so subjective. Like some of the really cool ones or traits are like, oh, this is such a low 0.1, but the assets and traits in this are awesome.
Yeah.
So those are like, it's always a give and take on that. Yeah,
it's tough, but yeah, Tappies, if you guys are a DeFi enthusiast on Cardano, you probably hold them. If not, you can rent them as well over off of different like Fluid or
give that access, I forget what else. Which is cool how that does work, but I mean, it's just not something I personally ever.
Yeah, I have a Tappy too right now, which I've been using because I've been more involved. But
you've been actually using it though. Yeah, you didn't rent it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 18 over here, Boss Planet Real Estate. Now again, 9.8 a floor, 8 million in volume. I remember it was a District 5 or something, like 4 or 5. That was just ridiculous price. Like if people owned it back in the day. 9. I want to say it was 4. Or 5. Maybe it was 5. Sorry.
Red Light District.
Yeah, it's definitely 5. Look at the price difference on all this. District 5 was always the best one. And I don't remember, these at one point used to sell for a stupid amount of money. Like if you go back and look at these, I wonder if we go like, I don't know how far back down these are, a year ago. Look at that, 500, 2,000 ADA over here. 9.
It's wild going through those. We've done this before, but yeah, it's crazy seeing like
500 plus
that had those out of control periods, and then where they're at now.
Oh man, like average of 500 to like up to 900 selling these things. Which is crazy. Thousands even. Thousands over here. Look at that. Consistent. And we always confuse them like wash trading, but
talk about fucking though, like
holy shit.
Like the thousands of ADA that were spent on some of those higher up Yummies, especially going into even the card all the way from the beginning, but going into the card mint still, because it was, hey, the actual Yummi itself isn't gonna, like, the main, mascot is not gonna be available beyond this. And people buying up those assets, those cute and stabbies and all that. Was it your brother that asked about his? He's like, yeah, didn't you buy me like a rare Yummi thing at one point? Because it was just kind of like, hey, it was understood that NFTs are always a risk, but like this is one that's more of a lock.
And it just became worth nothing.
Because he was like, I'm not going to be involved in it. I don't want something I'd like be fucking hanging out in Discords and shit. Just is there something I could put like throw a little cash at? And you're like, yeah, I'll buy you something here. This is like a good historic part of a project that, the project itself is looking pretty decent.
He bought that when it was like $1 too, right?
Yeah, it was pretty high.
Oh yeah, he threw away like $1,000. Yeah. District 5, yeah, down to 77th floor. If you guys were part of this, their metaverse, their world, you guys were spending a ridiculous amount of money. You probably regret everything, and just like most of these purchases. But yeah, Boss Planet out there still doing volume. Crazy to me how much they did. But there was truly people that believed in this stuff. And you guys got in it, man. You made money if you minted. That is one thing for sure. Moving on, we're going to start flying through some of these. Toolheads. Another mint over
what
here.
What number were we going to? We're going to 20, right?
Yeah, we might skip a couple, to get to where we want to go. Toolheads over here, 108 a floor, 7.3 million volume. I remember when these came out from CNFT Tools.
Yep.
Still amazing platform over here. There you go. These did really well when they first came out too, and I remember people were staking these to their vault and earning tool token and things like that. I don't know too much about. Did you? I remember I minted maybe one or two as well. I didn't get anything good and I sold them right away, but
I sold
cool looking, right? They remind me
honestly, in hindsight, I sold it at a good price compared to what they are now.
There you go.
That's what I was going to say earlier. I'm curious, like the ones that Tommy lost on the loan. I know like some of them were less than you would have made if you would have sold them yourself then at the time, but I'm sure at this point most of them you came out ahead if you would have held a lot of those.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, shout out to the Toolheads, another PFP mint from one of the OGs in the space. I think they were well supported over there, and they jumped up pretty well over here at top number 19. Number 20, Dead Rabbit Resurrection Society. Unfortunately, they are not doing much resurrection these days.
We were excited as fuck for them too. Similar to the Mallard Order time. They had some cool little
right before Mallard Order
things. And then
it just never followed through. Was it Button? I think it was the guy's name. The founder on this, one of the guys. I don't remember the exact thing and why. It just they were like wanting to build like parts, like I don't know if it was like guns or different like weapons or something, the weapons mint or something like that. And it just never worked out. But I do remember like the puzzles early on we liked because like you had to find them for like the one-of-one guys. I remember I actually made a good amount of ADA early on these. Like I remember
you were sniping a trade in this one too.
I was. Yeah, sniping traits. I remember that. Those eyes. I remember that. I don't know. It was a fun little time with these guys, and at one point they did very well, but I don't know what they're doing anymore. I don't know. I know they went through a fallout. I don't know if the community took it over. I don't know if Button's still around at all. May 21st is the last pin. They retweeted Pavia of all things back in the day. Last space was July 12th.
Really nice. Made some coin, those wascally wabbits.
There you go, dude. That's
Looney Tunes.
Oh man. Moving on. That was number 20, finishing rounding that out over here. Speed race, and over here, number 21, Jellycubes, 694, 6.8 in million in volume. Backed by influencer, I think the most successful influencer project on Cardano by far.
100%. Easily.
Shout out to Jason.
The only one.
And the block over there, man. Those guys, if you were into alpha groups, and if you guys still are, if you guys have been in there early, I probably pretty much guarantee you guys made some money at this point getting in there. If you've been in since the beginning.
On any blockchain too that they talk about.
Pretty much. And this is one of the biggest ones that I regret being in early. I was in degen flipper mode, even though we had whitelists, and shout out to Jason for giving those to us. We did appreciate that. We were just some cheats, dude. I flipped for, actually I made like 3,000.
We were trying to build that bag up. Yeah, I was gonna say we're trying to build our bags up then.
I made a good amount of 8 off some of these, so I can't even be mad about it. But
I'll just say I made 8.
TJ sold a little early. He didn't lose money.
I didn't lose money. I made money. I just
could have made like 108 or something like that. Yeah, but he made it. And the only thing
again, my thought process was to buy in lower again, and it never happened.
Same with Peanut. Same strategy.
Well, Peanut wasn't Peanut. I just didn't like the team at the time. But
the one thing I do remember regretting on this was the Jargarians, like the dragon ones. I had my thing on the buy button at 2,000 ADA on one of these, and I didn't do it. And then somebody sniped it. And if you still look to this day on these Jargarians,
you can still look
9,000 floors still to this day. And if you look at some of the sales at one point, it's disgusting, like 15,000, 18,000, 20,000. And if you go back to there it is, 1,220. This is the one right here. 2287 was the one that I was looking at.
And you didn't do it.
RIP, dude. But
he's done such cool things though too. The giveaway projects and stuff.
Oh, the mystery boxes.
The mystery box, exactly.
Yeah, tokenizing, doing what DEADPXLZ did early. He was ahead of the game on that. By tokenizing their jelly token, deflationary to the Jellycubes. And he's still active as shit. He's been really pumping out videos. He's got like somebody like really editing all his shit now really well. And he's just cranking out content. So if you guys are interested at all in Cardano NFTs or even beyond that, they've got a ton of good resources. So if you're looking to pick something up, go pick up a Jellycube. Shout out to Jason, man. Been too long.
Burger money, yeah, for real.
Who else we got over here? We have, oh god, I thought I saw overexposed and I was just about to go off. Book.io, number 22, 463 floor, 6.5 million, 8 on secondary. This is their Bible collection, their first one. And these things still are holding a very good floor. At one point, these things were pushing like a 2,000.
People buying them? What's the activity like?
Let's see recently.
Maybe
9 hours, 1 day, 1 day, 2 days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Yeah, I mean, they're still
not bad.
Yeah. I mean, if you
have any of these holders open their Bible?
That's the real question, TJ. Are you reading this or not? Are they reading this or not? They tied a lot of utilities, a lot of mints, and even some of the book token when that came out were all tied to these. And any book holders get exclusive, or Bible holders get exclusive mints and opportunities. It's the first NFT for them. So if you guys are a big fan of Book.io and what they got going on, then I imagine this is what you want to be holding. Probably is going to do really well in the future if Book.io does well. So we'll see. Moving on. Nafafa. It's always Nafafa over here. Speed racing along over to number 23, Goofy Gophers Mining Club. Over at a 208 a floor, 6.3 million in secondary volume. A project I'm very much love, just for the minting specifically, but also shout out to Ryan. Ryan was probably one of the most professional dudes we got to interview with. When it came to like organizing with him, dude, he was always on point. So definitely big props and shout out to them. And they introduced the mining meta to Cardano and made the business model for it profitable, where you saw so many different projects inside of here become like their sole utility was mining under Goofy Gophers and offering that to holders. And definitely a game changer inside the space. And still to this day, I'm not sure the exact like payouts, how well the payouts are doing for everybody still. But I know if you minted a Gopher and you just played along with them, you're up money probably at this point.
Out of curiosity, it was just 10,000 ADA to purchase a miner from them.
For the business one, I forget what it's like. I forget what it's not. I don't know. It wasn't Tribes. Tribes was the 400 mint, the exclusive one. I forget the name of what it was called. There was like a business model plan that you could print do. And I want to say 10,000 got you like roughly 2 miners worth, crypto miners worth of stuff at the time.
In hindsight, we should have done that.
Told you.
Honestly, in hindsight, we should have done that like for real.
Yep.
Crazy.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Seeing where Bitcoin ran off to and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like everything popped off, and like you had a bigger allocation back then of mining when Derps did it.
There you go.
It's wild.
But yeah, great. Shout out to Ryan and them. They definitely changed the game over here, and I know they're still building, and they're obviously, we're going to look at a project here in a second that capitalized really well off that business model from them. So big shout out to Ryan and the Goofy Gophers. I know they're right there. Speaking of another product, we got back-to-backs over here. We'll just run them both together. Derp Birds over here, no stranger to our channel. I guess if I had to pick like another project besides Little Money and Mallard, I think Derps would be another one I'd associate us with at this point. Just because of how much you've had,
ones that you'd hold actually from this list. I was going to say, but yeah,
when it comes to my favorite NFTs on Cardano and like probably project in general is Derp Birds, like by far at this point. They slid in there to occupy that slot, no problem at all. Somebody's gonna make that a meme or a joke over in the chat. So let's just pretend we've moved past that. Looking at shit right now on that. But yeah, shout out to the Derps, man. I think I posted a thing about this, but they essentially to me feel like what we all thought NFTs could become. The way they've gamified them and you're able to customize them and they pay you back with their outposts and they synergize with their story mode. They've done everything so well. And I don't really got anything but good things to say about them. And they're still grinding, man. If you guys are Chad fans,
they're definitely going to slide up a couple spots for sure as time goes on.
Oh my God, I can only imagine with how Pudgy Penguins have done and some of these other brands. All it takes is a right connect for them to get in, and now they're talking to Journey Crypto. They've got an association with Chad because Bajewski is the lead artist for that. I mean,
that's
definitely
awesome.
not
it could be a catalyst event for them, like when Ape Society took off and other blockchains looking over here.
I would just say don't sleep on Derps, man. That is a big nafafa to them, but they're also fun as shit. I really enjoy them, and they've good.
I was gonna say, if you're in the Derp community, Solana has a Derp token right now that's actually running. You guys should go there and raid all their posts and tell them who the real Derp is.
Go to Mallard Order, create a raid on there for Derp Birds.
Pump our buys for us real quick, please.
That's not
I don't have any Derp. Like, well, the Derp on Solana, Derp on Solana. I don't have any of that.
Yep. Absolutely. Hey, but you could though. Hey, number 26. Moving on. Alley Cats, number 9.8 floor, 5.6 million secondary volume. This is one of the wildest ones on this list right now because these guys had ridiculous amount of hype over here. This was just dude, it got everybody excited. We were excited
in the market where things were kind of slow, that we were just like, we want something fun to pop off here for us to do, and we got excited about this one.
A lot of people did too, and
they were so convincing.
Dude, they got us. They were like this. Nobody even knew what they were doing. It's like, oh yeah, we got some like gaming and like drip. I forget what the hell they called it at the time. I don't even remember what it was. Some streetwear or something like that. All I remember is this was right around the time of, oh man, one of our buddies like bachelor parties or something like this. All I remember, it might have been mine. And I remember flipping one of the gold ones for like 3,008 or diamond ones for like 3,008.
I think I had a Pharaoh for 1,200.
Fun to party then.
Yeah, and I went and just gambled away at like Hard Rock or something like that weekend. I specifically remember that.
I do like the art though. I agree with the Eye Pants. I do like the cat art in this one.
Yeah, I still don't mind it. I know they're like finally getting something up online with their gaming portion of this.
Yeah, their floor reflects that.
What did I say?
I said their floor reflects that.
What, the art is still great?
No, that they're doing something now.
Oh yeah, I mean nobody really cares once the price has been down this long. But they're still active, and like I said, this could at a 9.8 a floor. I mean maybe worth a flyer. I don't know. I'm just saying, Benny at the bank, who used to be in Silicon, he's been repping them over here. Maybe he knows something. He's tweeting like crazy right now. I don't know. Or maybe they're just trying to pump him out.
The art is still good.
Part of the fuzzy. Hey, I don't know, but crazy time inside of space, and I don't know.
Do you know if the original founders are still on the team?
I'd hope they are. Weren't they the twin brothers?
Yeah.
The Da Vinci brothers?
Not the Da Vinci brothers. Man,
the Island Boy.
All right, guys, we got a couple more of these to get through. We're gonna fast face.
1 second. Didn't Island Boys also promote Boss Cat? Were they the ones?
I'm getting one last beer.
What?
Is that not correct? I feel like was it Island Boys that promoted
I think so.
the Rocket Boss Cat?
They promoted something else too, didn't they?
It was
No, it was something else that immediately rugged because you were talking about it.
But I feel like Boss Cat was like the one on our end that we were just like, this is just even more of like a reason why I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's one of the reasons why too. No, they promoted another project as well. I'm pretty sure.
Trying to make it.
Yeah, let's leave them back in 2000. What was it? 23, 22?
Wild. That was so stupid.
Aquafarmers is next. I don't remember.
Island Boys. The Island Boy. Yeah, it was them because we were making. Remember that song? Oh, I don't know whatever it was, but I remember making fun of it on stream when we did the podcast. 100%.
Did we?
Yes,
but I don't remember if it was just Boss Cat. I thought it was something else, like a new project coming out, and then they immediately rugged.
I just remember Boss Cat doing it. To be honest,
no,
maybe
it was not. It was not Boss Cat. It was another project, and I cannot remember the name of it.
Starts with a C. The name, I'm pretty sure.
It was Cardano. It was something to do with like religion.
Oh my gosh!
Bro. You're right. Holy
Tom, you found it. You found it, Tom.
They had like a whole team posted. That was extremely weird. What the fuck were they called? They were so weird. That whole group, that was the one where like the guy was from South Florida and was like a huge scam artist, had been arrested twice or something. So they had to like separate and put a new CEO page up and shit. And yeah, you're right, TJ. That was the one. I think
Cardano.
I don't remember who it was. Oh man, money. It was one of those
Lords, Cardano Lords.
Cardano
yeah. Cardano Lords. That's what it was.
Cardano Lords.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Make it.
Oh my God. Take it easy, Curly Knox. Have a good one, man. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, man. If we don't catch you guys, we're gonna power through a couple of these last ones and get out of here as well. Aquafarmers 27, 45 ADA floor, 5.2 mil. Basically farmers. If you guys are part of, was it this Liquid? Yeah, Liquid Finance. Basically farming boost over there. At one point, those took off like crazy because people were super excited about Liquid. If you were staking that, there you go, man. Moving on, number 28, Cornucopias custom dome sale, 128 a floor, 5.1 a secondary. Basically another asset sale for their custom domes, which are a little bit bigger. I guess you could build more stuff inside of them. Another one of those ones that, dude, another controversial sale for them, but did really well, still holding pretty well. And I might want one of those, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah,
heard that.
Yeah, we'll wait to see. Okay. Big one for me, I remember at one point, Mocossi at 29 over here. The ITO is 19.8 floor, 4.9 mil. Interesting history with them. Remember early on, they did the one of ones. I guess I don't know if they were a tribute or not, or just making one of ones. And they looked like a lot like the Yummi one of ones early on. And they got a lot of shit. People were saying they were copying, and they almost got fudded to death for a little while.
It was a big deal. Then, yeah, there's no joke.
Look who's still around.
That was real. And now who would have thought
game that works?
Right? Thought, huh?
I still got it on my computer. I actually have all my assets that I could actually. I still have 15 of these things. I couldn't. I don't know. Do I want to sell them for 19 ADA? I know some of them have like higher levels too. I'm like, damn, should I just like to give them away? I put some time into these things. I had a farmer at one point, or a dude who was just like farming my account for me.
That's right. I forgot about that. You just had someone playing for you.
Yeah,
and you could play under someone. You were playing under someone else's account too, weren't you, for a little bit?
No, I was only playing under mine. I made a separate account. That's how much I was into it for a sec. You know, I like get into games, so I grind for a little bit. I had a guy grinding my 15, and then I bought like another 14 of them for myself, and I was just playing by myself on my other ones. I wouldn't really do it.
No more gaming days these days.
Yep. And man, they're still building though, and I know they just released a crafting finally update and PBT card crafting, which I remember that their cards were crazy too when those came out. I got a ridiculous amount of those, a disgusting amount that my wallet just I wish I could get rid of. So if anybody's looking for Mocossi cards, yeah, I got you covered, man. But I did PvP flip a few of these pretty well farming with. So yeah, Mocossi, who would have thought outlasted Yummi? But honestly, I wish them well. I hope I hope they do well here in this gaming run when NFTs make a comeback, because they actually have a working product. Literally have a working product there. Number 30, Cornucopias Bubble Jets. Well, I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. 1984, 4 million. Became essentially a free mint at one point because of that. And you guys got them. You can use them in game. Shout out to that. Number 31, Disco Solaris, 58 ADA floor, 4.3 mil in secondary volume. I remember when these came out.
They rug, right?
I don't know that they they didn't officially. Maybe the original team did, I think, or I believe. Like the original founders like disappeared.
And I wasn't saying it's like be a dick or joke. Like I genuinely thought they did rug. I thought I saw something like months ago about it.
I want to say I don't know what they're doing currently, but I know the original team that did actually do. They disappeared, and I remember at another point they had, I forget the name of it. It was like a Silk Road or something like that, where they minted like another collection where they had like parts or like or clothes for them, like different verse, like a male female like silhouette, and you could like add on to it. The only reason I remember Disco Solaris as far as like PFP goes is because of Fart on Twitter. She's always rocking the Disco Solaris. But I do remember being in Disco's Discord early on and like for one of the first ones in there, and then I ended up like not minting it. I don't remember why. But that was dumb because they were at one point a few hundred ADA floor. They were over like 500 at one point. So crazy to see. I don't know where they're at currently these days. Are they still tweeting? Maybe 14 hours ago they are. So yeah, it looks like that community takeover ended up working out, and I don't know what they're doing. So still around. Shout out to Disco Solaris, man.
Good for them.
Not caught up at all on that, to be honest with you. Who we got next? We have at number 32 over here, none other than Old Money, the MFers.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know what it is. 79 ADA floor. Yep. Old Money. 4.2 million in secondary volume. And Cardano's premier art, in my opinion, over here, I think. It's completely misunderstood, dude. There's such a good like satire on everything. And the artworks is to go with it. I got the physical prints. You'd be happy to know, boys. I'm pretty sure for Christmas we're gonna get the frame going over here finally.
Let's go.
There you go. About time.
But yeah, man, if you guys have been not paying attention to Old Money, just go scroll through our channel. You'll find tons of videos, interviews with tricks that we did over on the Ordinals collection. Awesome project. One of the best like IRL events we ever went to over in Vegas the first year. But everybody, such a cool booth over at CNFTCon. And then they even with Danton and their Ruggenheim right now, they have physical like art galleries going around. Such a cool project. So if you guys are a fan of art, a little bit of fuckery, Old Money, and some great videos, this is a project for you, and still one that I would keep an eye on. Never count them out. So shout out to Tricks also as well.
Agreed.
Old Money. We got next over here. We're rounding out the end of this right here. We're rounding it out. Number 33 over here. OMEN. Shout out to OMEN. 105 ADA floor, 4.2 million in volume at the moment. And
that came at a time too when ADA was like very low.
That was they just celebrated their 1 year. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday.
That's amazing. That's awesome to hear.
So the fact that they jumped up to number 33, is it? In a year's time, just shows you like in this market really shows the power of what they did. That honestly is a testament to them, and love them or hate them. I love or hate Nemo. You can't deny the fact of how much they made an impact in Cardano last year, because they started off so quietly, like as far as like the NFT collection went, and people were minting, they're like, oh, these are cool, and I just remember minting. I think I looked back, I minted like 60 of them at one point. And it was mainly just because we're like, damn, these look cool. I want to see more. I want to keep seeing more. Like, how many more traits could there be? And I just kept going. And then little did we know that PHTR would become a thing where they gave 100% back to holders. And if you were minted, essentially, you have your NFT has been paid back at this point if you've held.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
the best return on investment for a project for sure.
And they changed the game too when it came to the
They did.
PHDR. So a lot of people tried to implement that and nobody else was successful. And they've done a great thing. They've got the first two-sided PFP too, right? Like one NFT becomes two. And if you're on the other side, you get to stake your female ones for Omni token.
Yep.
And now you were able to burn your omens too. So, there's no more than 10K collection over here. It's actually down to 8,772 because the other side of them was over on ordinals now. So, which there will be a Omni rune token. So, which has staking through Fluid over on Bitcoin. So, you got Viva, Victor, Nemo. Shout out to Nemo and Viva for being over on the channel. First time, another face reveal over here. Nemo for the first time. Talked a lot of shit on the internet this year.
Yeah.
To people. You might have loved him, you hate him. You definitely know him though if you're over in Cardano. And I feel like he's kind of dialed it back a little bit. Nemo, I saw him. He's kind of like, all right, I'm kind of over the whole villain arc thing at this point. I'm just going to focus on keeping our head down and grinding for this new year. So if you guys are, I would never count them out just because I already know Viva too when it comes to his grind. Those guys and that team, they're definitely ones that'll be here to stay. They definitely changed the game over here on Cardano. Like I said, I love them or hate them. The community is strong. They support, and I'm excited for Omen, man. Omen's a fun project. Shout out to them.
I agree.
Number 34 over here is Cardano Crocs Club. 114 to floor.
Okay.
Still.
This is a real old one.
4.1 million in secondary, still holding over 114 to floor. This
Impressive.
also, remember originally I didn't realize this. We never got in on this. There was a YouTuber, I forget the guy's name. Maybe one of you guys know in the chat. I forget it, but it was like he was like the project, like one of the original. I don't know if he's the founder, official founder of it, but I know he was like very much part of it. I cannot remember the dude's name. And then they have their C4 token, like they had their baby Crocs or what the hell they were. They had their little swampland things, or I forget. They had multiple different collections, but their C4 token was their main thing, which it was like a stable token almost, or I forget what their utility was in this. I was so out of the loop. Asung and Blake, he went on Blake's channel. That can't be right, is it?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Oh, there it is. Okay, Crocs Club. So that's interesting. I was like, took you to a different thing. 17,500 followers. They're still active there. I don't remember the exact utility of the C4 token. I remember it was like where you swapped it to like cross-chain stuff. I want to say was what it was. It was you were to swap C4 for ADA or C4 for Sol, or I don't remember. It was like a cross-chain thing that was early on that they did, which was kind of interesting. And I don't know a lot about them, to be honest with you personally, because I just wasn't involved. But I know they're still here. I know they're still building. And another one of those ones that I'm sure if you guys stick around with, people are excited for. They're focusing on net now. I don't even know what net is. So thank you for DeFi, dude. We need to get DeFi as like the other co-host over here.
I was going to say, executive producer right now.
All right, and then
Voice
number
in the
35, rounding out top 35 over here is Zombie Chains at 28 a floor, 4.1 mil in ball. And shout out to Hoarder. Remember we had Hoarder on at one point. We tried to get that live. Oh shit, what was it that we did? The game. Fuck, man. I cannot remember how that game worked either. Remember that when we had him on?
The one where we like battled back and forth. You just had your zombie, and they kind of was like a roll of the dice, essentially, based on like some of the stats to it.
And you could wager it and bet on it.
Yeah, it wasn't like super complex as far as like the fighting back and forth side. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember trying to set that up with him. But yeah, Hoarder. This originally, I forget the artist who did the original collection, but it was always like one of those like meant to be art things, and then. Then the community kind of and Hoarder ended up taking it over.
Popular,
yeah, and the artwork still. I remember a lot of people, OGs early on, like love this stuff. I remember DJ and Travis especially was big into these. But yeah, it's crazy to see that they're still rounding it out. How active? I know Hoarder's still obviously around. I don't know how active, what they've got going on currently at the moment, but they're still retweeting stuff active today. So, or yesterday. So another one that's still here, just building. Yeah, shout out to Hoarder right now. He's got the Fuse token. I remember that as well. Weirdos. Yeah, man, it's good to see. Good to see that people are still around. There's a ton of these projects. Honestly, looking at it, outside, it's really what I would have never. If you would have asked me, looking back, like, hey, 3 years later, and then these were the top 35 we were looking at, that Yummi would have been one of the most inactive ones here. Would have blew my mind.
It's crazy. Yeah, you'd think some of these would have just been ones that were left and dead a long time ago. But yeah, that's nuts.
Majority of these ones that we honestly just look through, every single one of them is active right now.
You're still posting somewhat, yeah, in some.
Yeah, outside of Ape Society not being here, and Pavia.
Yeah, they got bought though, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, and then any honorable mentions, just like quick. I know right underneath there was Raccoon Syndicate. I think somebody asked, or I Hate Pants, or somebody was mentioning them. I guess they're in their new battle round. We haven't spoken to Timmy or them in so long, but we did appreciate them early on, and always had a good time with him and Kiyama. So shout out to them. Introverts, I remember Marcus came on at one point. Super cool dude in real life too. One of the most chill dudes. Shout out to him. We got to talking a lot about soccer and stuff over at NFTLV. Really cool dude. Equine, they finally got a demo going. They finally got their like actual game thing moving right now. So if you guys are part of a fan of Equine, a few years later, awesome. Remember that meant 250 ADA on a
that was like that was the Christmas time, right? Because that wasn't that Christmas time, and it was like such a big like. How dare they? Who do they think they are asking for all this money?
But we still mentioned. I remember when I was like, what am I doing? I remember my mom wanted to buy an NFT and I was like, get an equine. She still has that thing sitting around in her wallet somewhere.
She got that. She's got the
and your Philly.
Yeah, my Philly. I did sell my Philly though. That was a good sell. My chocolate rose or whatever the hell it is. My rose gold. Shout out to Crocs. Dude, they were loving them equine horses. I wonder how much they hold still. Another crazy one. Remember unsigned algorithms? That was one of the reasons I got into the NFTs was like the derivatives.
That's crazy.
The fact they still hold a 44 ADA floor at 3.5 million throughout, Monad became a meme essentially. I believe in Cardano. The fact they still hold up at this point is wild to me. These things were just, art, an experiment on chain. He probably made some of the most. He did so well, dude. He sold all these things out, got a ridiculous amount on the secondary market, and just bailed. He did it right, dude. He did it right. And then I think the last quick one I should mention there was right underneath them. Snackies. We had them on the thumbnail.
A new one. It's probably the newest one on there.
And the fact that, dude, I mean, super successful. 345 ADA floor currently, 3.5 million in secondary sales. Shout out to JK. Jake Kirtico. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's an only Chad these days. But Snackies, man, they hit it right. Like they took the success of Sneck and number one meme coin on Cardano, and the artist who does these does so good on them. Like really, they generally look really good.
Yeah, they're fire.
Yeah, I like them.
Even the one ones are really good.
They've grown on me quite a bit. At first, I don't know, not so much, but
I minted way too many of these, and I sold all out of them. Another one of those ones I tried to farm and just didn't work out.
Sometimes I can bite you pretty hard. Yeah, that's TJ
I remember 2008-ish, something like that for this one. I remember specifically looking at it, and ripped to me over here. Wonder what this sold for. It was something low like that, something stupid. I remember. Oh, is that 4,400? Damn, actually, that went up even more than I thought. Okay, I remember this. Oh, I was on we were on our baby moon at this time, and I was on the beach, and I was like, I should maybe buy one of these. And I'm like, no way, they're gonna sell that well. And now it's sitting here at 50,000 ADA trying to be sold. So who am I? What do I know? But if you guys are holding one of these, you got some cool PFPs, you're repping the number one meme coin over on Cardano, and if you're staked, you're earning some more Sneck. What could be better over here? So shout out to Sneckies. I think they will be a very popular one moving forward as we get into this next run. Big shout out to them. Any other ones off the list that caught your eye or you forgot about, or where are they?
Not that I can think of at the moment. Not real
Yeah.
artist style, at least.
I mean, I see stuff over here. Shout out, damn, Ghost Chain, RIP, Quick. Remember Keyboard Warriors? Virtua. I remember Ada Invaders. I know he was really big. Cardano bits. There's a ton of them. Overexposed. God, so many.
Wow.
I was looking for Beat Boys and all those, but Cardano Tree still repping 75 Goon Bulls. There's a bunch out here that are still out, but yeah, crazy stuff over here. If you guys are tuned in, where are they now? Honestly, most of them are still here. Consensus.
Which is nice to see. It's good to see, especially when what's going to be kind of the top representatives for the project. First thing some people see is looking at this list. If they like, hey, they got in on one project. What are the other projects doing? It's good to see they're still active. You don't want them to see it, and you see 50% of them were, scam rug pulls or something that had crazy volume real fast or something.
Yeah. Cardano City. That is one we did not talk about at all, but I don't know if you guys you remember Cardano City?
I do, yep.
The Cash, dude, what's his name? He was like super big into these things. He's still behind them. And they just went into like full VR mode or some shit. You could exchange your old assets and go into VR. And 12 hours ago, they just tweeted, holy shit. Are they actually, this would be one of the most wild comebacks I've ever seen.
Yeah. 2025.
That would be the definition of mint. I remember Cardano City. I was on a boat. We were on a boat day, and I was literally on your Roy sending transactions out trying to get one of these things. And I think I got like one or two of them. Sold them like not too long after. And the fact that they're coming back now, and I know apparently they've been doing Discord updates, and they post once a year these teasers that are like high quality. This would be the biggest crazy comeback I've ever seen in my life. Probably jokes on us. What are the floor on these things? This last look at this. Imagine this is the play. 18 ADA. Good old 18 ADA, man. You can change these in now, dude. $16. You can go ahead and get one of these and get it in VR mode, dude. Go hang out with Mika over here. You know
One I want to see come like a little more is I mean they still do, they are active somewhat. They make a post every once in a while throughout the months and stuff. They've been updating some things. They've been working on like these music projects. Is Block Owls. So I just love them.
Oh yeah, Block Owls.
Their art is so good. They're up there with me, with old money style. Like I love Block Owls. Yeah, like the art. I mean, is just so cool.
They were so high quality, and they had a really good floor at one point too.
Yeah, the story and narrative and animation they were doing, like that was one of the ones that we had a few that we named where it's like they could make a show out of this, and I could see them, as long as they did it right and it was entertaining and being successful. Just they had the basic parts down, or not necessarily that basic. They had such cool art that really kind of was unique and brought you in.
They were, I remember meeting some of the guys over at NFT or CNFT Con the first go around. I mean, TJ stopped at their booth. I mean, they still hold a decent floor on most of them. 30 to 50 ADA over here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Super high quality art though. I don't know if I still hold an actual owl itself, but I hold the like holiday ones, like the Easter one.
I don't have any. I don't. I really wanted. At one point, I almost just like binged on their Block Owl plushies because I do love those quite a bit. I never did. But yeah, they're doing their thing. I just don't think they get enough. We don't get a chance to talk about them enough. But their art is so cool, and when they come out with stuff, it's always been
very cool. Someone threw us out there. Zero, bro, threw out Soho Kids.
Soho Kids. Shit,
oh my
dude, I remember those.
God. R.I.P. Remember this mint was another one of those ones that just sucked. That just didn't work at all. But if you got in, I mean, you made
early
some good
though.
money. Like early,
one of them made a post. They're like, there was like a whitelist or something that you got a perk for minting early, and he's like, whatever you guys think, whoever you guys can just mint now, the rest, who cares, whatever. Type of thing.
So the people, like whoever had the link, they were just sending it to whoever, and that link worked anyway, and people just basically started minting past the whitelist allocation, and just started. And they're like, oh shit, we can't really do anything about it, so yeah, go ahead, go. And I remember just missing out on these, and I didn't mint, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I looked on secondary. There were some, I forget whatever it was, like one of the red ones or something, where it was like 800 ADA, and no lie, I literally have my thing on the buy button. I'm so glad I never did that. This was the same time around, not Doodles, but Bright Pals was going on, and I couldn't decide between the two.
Doodles.
And then I've been to the board.
Oh yeah, dude, you did well on that though. You did well on board.
I made 1,008 on board from my laser eyes.
That's right. Damn, I forgot about that.
Oh, you know what? Rez just brought. It's not even Beat Boys anymore. This is still one of the ones that heartburns me the most. It's good old BBs. Now inactive.
Wow.
I've got 44 of them still to this day. So yeah,
sounds right.
Give me my damn DJ set back, dude. That's all I want, man.
Give me your pizza slice.
Yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to the project, shout out to the top 35, shout out to everybody who suggested stuff, and all the projects out there, man. What a time. Oh, we didn't talk Coco Locos, dude. Damn, that was in the
Coco No-Nos.
I mean, there's no really.
That was my favorite thing ever.
There's still here. Last one over here. We'll quick give this a screen air. 34 ADA still to this day.
But that's again just the people that just never sold below that. What's the activity?
Wild. Who is getting the royalties on these? I guess you can't get XP, but who's getting royalties on these?
Are they collecting royalties though? They're not.
Are they not? Okay.
They're not.
I don't know. Okay.
I forget. There's a symbol where it tells you. Huh?
No. I thought it was
there's a
the
symbol
XP.
that tells you. No, it's
Oh yeah, I don't see royalties. I don't see it. It's not here.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, dude, that was one of the craziest things I'll ever remember is that Dan Crypto Capital Venture over there, they released Coco Locos, and I remember getting in on the mint. I minted 2 somehow. I don't know how I got my transactions on Roy. Got 2 of them, and they jumped up to a ridiculous floor at the time, a few hundred ADA. And some of the golds, I remember one of the guys, somebody bought one of the gold ones. I don't know if it's like 20,000 ADA, something stupid, when ADA was like $2+ And then literally for Dan to then tweet out, "Oh, thank you guys for participating in my experiment. It has been great, and now the community gets to take it over, and we're giving it back to you guys. Everybody who minted will be refunded their 100 ADA back. Thank you guys for being part of the community." And everybody was just like, "Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck, bro? What are you kidding me right now?"
And he was just like, "What? I forgot to mention that part. I didn't tell all you guys this is an experiment beforehand. I could have swore I said that once or twice."
Yeah, it's an experiment, guys. That's what you need to say. If you ever whatever his lawyer was like, "You idiot, what are you doing? You don't do that. Immediately give that back right now. Go PR." And people still like, I mean, he still gets shit for it every now and then. Remember Loco Nuts became a thing for a little bit after that, and to this day he still gets trolled for that. But good old Coco No-Nos. Coco No-No, that was a great meme too. Yeah, shout out to the early days, and the fact that these are still 34 ADA honestly is impressive. They have like that memeable lore behind them, I guess, and they're so ridiculously stupid looking. Like whoever made these, bro, it's like a palm tree, coconut tree or whatever. Oh man. Anyway, shout out to the guy who bought that one for 20,000 ADA.
Ripperoni.
Oh god.
Imagine spending $40,000 only to be told it was an experiment.
No.
I'd be so pissed, dude.
I would quit immediately.
Yeah, man, they are historically
Anyone that talks to me
significant.
about NFTs after that, I would just punch in the face instantly.
Yep. Another iconic one I'm not going to go and look at right now, but remember Nerds and Versions, good old YouTube.
Oh,
Ape Crypto.
damn, I forgot about that one. That was an old one. Holy shit.
That was basically the scam of the YouTubers at that point. It's flagged as a rug pull. It's 5.8 at the moment, but the fact that people were minting that kind of stuff,
they actually flagged it as a rug pull like that.
It literally said
that now.
Yeah, it's like a thing on JPEG. So yep,
flagged. Yeah, I know it says that. I'm just saying I didn't know like that they considered that one a rug pull. I know
Nerds and Virgins
up kind of on it, but yeah.
Or he gave up right away on that thing. As soon as he got called out, everybody's like, "You're a scam
no,
artist."
They came out with more
virgins.
Yeah, they came out with like lady virgins later.
Did they really?
Yeah. I think they had a second mint.
Called
Nerd
Lurgens.
Miss. They had Nerds and Virgins Nerd Miss. Bro, this dude was just milking us right back then. I never minted one of these, but
No, I never got one of those.
I wasn't that big of a nerd version.
Fuck no.
But anyway, yeah, man. So what's changed in 3 years? A lot. Your prices are down, but in some cases. We've learned a lot though over the years, and honestly, I'm excited for when NFTs do make a comeback. Hopefully, some of the ones in my wallet decide to make a comeback too. If they don't, at least I guess I got a better idea of what not to do. And if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. And get the fuck out. Treat them a little more ridiculous. But yeah. Other than that, though, man, it's been fun. We became community members. We're over here wanting to make money, and here we are 3 years later making videos. So, there's always that. So shout out to everybody though that does show up, who's been here for the last 3 years, 3+ years with us, man. Hopefully this next year is a fun one. 2025 is about to be here, and for many, we think it's going to be that peak kind of bull run that we saw towards 21. Hopefully it is. Hopefully your bags are growing, man. Yeah,
We'll see. We're having some fun though. It's been fun. Definitely been
It
fun.
has been. I'm thinking we're gonna, chop a little bit until New Year's, and after that, we're gonna start to pump more again. Might even start right after
Financial
Christmas.
advice.
Not financial advice.
Financial advice.
Yep. There's financial advice there.
How do I end the stream? Financial.
Financial advice. Damn, Stone Age hooligans 0 over here. Throwback.
Damn.
Big throwback. Remember that, the lady hooligans?
God damn.
Lady hooligans.
Fucking Stone Age hooligans. That's where we're at. 2024. If you're buying that, you are about to get rich. Just kidding.
No fafa. That doesn't mean shit. Don't do that. We don't give advice here. We just have fun. Appreciate everybody over in chat who's been hanging out with us over these last 3 years, last 10 minutes, last, I don't know, 2.5 hours. Shout out to you guys. We will catch you guys in 2025. Have a good time. Make sure to go hit that like button.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit any kind of button. TJ's gonna play us out. You're gonna get the fuck out of here.